We're live.
Oh, JPO's not here to say it.
I
Shoot.
got it. I got you covered.
No, JPO should be coming though. But we are here, the three of us, the Lonely Marks, here to talk some more wrestling. I am joined by these two. Like I said, JPO should be here very soon. But Austin is here. Austin, how's it going? I pointed the wrong way. I hate that.
We're over the this. I don't know which way. I get that confused too. Well, I think when I pulled you up on the stream, you were on the other side too, so that's my fault. No, it's all good. It's good to be here, man. Wrestledream was a pretty solid show. We'll talk about it. Again, these ones where they put them together quickly. Some of the storylines can be a little rushed, but I think they always deliver in the ring, and we'll talk about that. There's definitely some matches that delivered, some matches that maybe had some wonkiness to it, some weird moments, ups and downs. We'll talk about them. And we got a unique draft tonight, so I'm looking forward to everything. Should be a fun show. Speaking
of unique drafts, Richie is here. Richie, how's it going?
Yeah, that's what they call me, unique draft. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. The draft is one from a prediction win that I had in the bag, so I'm looking forward to getting into that. And talking about a show that I thought largely good on the wrestling front, but mixed bag in terms of the whole overall product. So we'll see. We'll get into it.
And Jacob, you went to Wrestledream, so you can give us a live perspective.
Yeah, it's the best wrestling show I've been to.
Oh yeah, that's right. Waka.
It's the only wrestling show I've been to.
That's right.
No, it was a lot of fun. I'm excited to.
It's cool that your first technical show was like a pay-per-view though. That's pretty cool. That's always going to be memorable. The first one you ever went to was at least a big company pay-per-view, so that's pretty awesome. And you got to see we say it again, another Will Ospreay match of the year candidate. So that's good, right? You got to see one live.
Oh my goodness.
That's becoming redundant at this point to say every pay-per-view match he's had this year is like a match of the year candidate. But hey, still is.
Which is why at the end of the year we are doing. I think we joked about it initially, but now
we have to do it for real.
Now,
yes,
we will do like a top 10 Will Ospreay matches and then a top 10. Everybody else.
Yes.
He's nailed it this year, and oh my goodness.
I think he's pretty much a shoo-in for Wrestler of the Year as well. So just be everybody else behind him.
Yeah. Seeing him live. We'll get into it. But before that, another like Austin was saying before we went live, not another huge newsworthy week, but if there's anything you guys wanted to shout out, we could get into that real quick before we do jump into Wrestledream.
The only thing I came across, I know Richie will talk about maybe AJ in a minute. I did see on an opposite thing of AJ's injury, I saw Powerhouse Hobbs is medically cleared, so we might see him back on TV very soon. And I've been missing that dude. Yeah, I like Powerhouse Hobbs a lot, and he is officially cleared. I know he had that pretty bad leg injury. He's been out for a long time. But I feel like I've missed seeing him. I like that dude a lot. I feel like he was almost, he was getting a big push, right before he got hurt. So I hope they can bring that back. Get him back in the picture because I think he's pretty great.
I wonder if they'll insert him into the with MVP and.
That could be interesting, if he gets into that faction, that would be something for sure.
Well, before he got injured, he was with the Callis family, but they've been growing. They just added on Dynamite. They added Brian Cage, so I guess him with the Embassies. Gone. That's another thing.
Wins a title, and Don is like, "Hey, let's talk."
Yeah. So and they're trying to make. Like Lance Archer and Brian Cage tag team, which are more four meaty tag teams, and meaty men athletic tag teams. So I don't know. Yeah, I do feel like maybe if he will probably Powerhouse Hobbs would probably fit more within MVP's stable. Looking forward to it. I think he's got a lot of upside.
If they don't pull the trigger with Lashley, like I don't think they did on Wrestledream, which I think we can talk about that. I think they were going to, and they kind of pulled back on it. A tag team with Shelton Benjamin and Hobbs, that'd be a lot of fun. That'd be a great tag team.
We'll talk about it. I feel like they're going to do that next. I think the Swerve and Shelton got a match coming up soon. I think they're going to do it
then. Oh yeah, no, Lashley could definitely get involved in that one. Yeah, I can see that. Maybe they're just saving it for Dynamite.
Yeah. Yeah. Looking forward to him, and I guess I mean, I guess we can probably transition like from the opposite side of the spectrum. Like we weren't sure. We didn't report it last week, so we weren't sure because it was just one of those things where it was planned to be like an injury worked angle, so that Carmelo Hayes, who was going to get a U.S. title shot if he beat AJ, could get the title shot, but in a kind of way that kind of also protected AJ. But turns out AJ got legit injured. I don't know. It's something to do with it. Pretty sure it's like an ankle injury. It was pretty. It was some technical term for it. But it's pretty gnarly injury as far as I know. He put on like Twitter or something like, as the kids say, I'm cooked. So he might be out for a while.
It's called a Lisfranc injury, which, from what I saw, is an injury a lot of running backs get, Jacob, that takes them out for like an entire season. It's like a foot injury that can be pretty bad. That could literally like mess up your foot so bad you can't really walk even. So, and Cam Newton had one at some point. He had like a Lisfranc injury. So,
is that what happened to Adam Cole? Because he was gone for. Was it the same thing?
He had a different type of thing, but yeah, he had just as much of one that like they thought wasn't that bad at first and ended up being worse than it was, which I think was the case with AJ's. Is he thought it was like just a sprain at first, is what they said, like a ligament sprain. But yeah, it ended up being like one where your bone's almost popping out of your foot. Like, it's really bad. Yeah. So
yeah, because he was able to go to the back on his own. So you would think that
it's one of those ones where it's not. Well, yeah, it's not as bad at first, and then it's more extensive than you think, maybe because of just adrenaline, and it seems like a sprain at first, but yeah, it's bad when you actually look into it.
Yeah.
Man, if he can return within a year, though, because I think we all want that, one final John Cena AJ Styles match during his retirement tour. So hopefully it's a speedy recovery.
I think he could be back within 2025. I mean, that's not. I don't think it's not like a career-ending injury. He could be back probably by next summer or something like that. I would imagine.
Yeah, I just feel bad for the guy because it's like he only. Apparently he'd been cleared for a little bit, but they just were waiting for the right moment to debut him, and then he re-debut him, and he comes back, and then the first match back, and that's why people. I guess that's why people thought, oh, this is not, obviously this isn't work, but yeah, it's just one of those freak things. It's like when remember back in 2002 when like Nash came back from injury and immediately tore his quad.
Yeah, and that one like 6-man tag where he was just like went to make a tag and then just like tore his quad. It was all like the Triple H one, actually, oddly enough, when he just went to like break up the walls of Jericho and just tore his quad, like jumping across the ring. Yeah, it's just sometimes those weird things happen. It's not like they landed weirdly or just sometimes things just snap. Things just happen. I mean,
off the apron.
Yeah, I mean, you could just be doing something mundane, not even like a crazy landing or some crazy move. You can just be running and something just happens. I mean, Vince McMahon slides into the ring and tears squats, you know what I mean, at the Royal Rumble. So, it's not like he was doing anything crazy. It just happens sometimes. Your muscles just, I don't know, they just get strained.
I knelt down to talk to a kid at work yesterday, and I had the worst cramp I've ever had. And all he did was just kneel down. I'm like, what the heck?
You're getting old, bro.
You never know, man. What could happen? Just the goofiest things in life. You just wait. I remember I was waking up in bed one day. I had like the worst muscle spasm I've ever had, just out of nowhere. Just get bad back spasms. Just I don't know. It's weird things that happen with your body.
Yeah, like if you see like insane stuff like Park does, right? You're like, oh, okay, yeah, he'd probably, injure himself on a high risk thing. Like he ended up when it was Neville in WWE. He broke his ankle in a match with Chris Jericho on a baseball slide. That's what happened. Yeah. It was just a baseball slide.
Yeah, it's not like some crazy moonsault to the outside, landing on the floor or just doing some nutty move. Sometimes you just the littlest things, man. You just tear something, rip something, break something. Who knows? Rhea Ripley got injured just kind of going into a wall. Just at a bad angle, and what we're normally
she was meant to work, go through it, and she went. She
yeah. I mean, weird things can happen in wrestling, Jacob.
Yeah, it happens. Anything else you guys want to?
I didn't really have a lot, because a lot of the stuff was just either stuff that happened at WrestleDream, that we could talk about through the show, or I didn't have a whole lot.
I guess
it was a pretty slow week.
Viking Raiders now the War Raiders again. That's cool. Hopefully they get a push.
I didn't know. I didn't know. Is Ivar back? Is he back from his injury?
Yeah,
Nice.
they were both injured and they're both back.
Hey, that's awesome because those guys are great, especially Ivar. Yeah, I've missed that dude having meaty matches. Speaking of meaty matches, that I've wanted him to get back to having some meaty goodness. But yeah, even those guys just in the tag team division, hopefully will freshen things up a little bit. Yeah, because those guys are a solid tag team. Yeah, calling them the War Raiders again is better. War.
Them versus Finn and JD at some point for the titles, maybe. I'm down for that. They work really well with smaller opponents because they can move just like them, and it's crazy.
Sure. I feel like they would be featured a little bit more maybe on SmackDown with more of the tag teams, but maybe they'll do that eventually, or at least do some kind of cross thing with them. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I love the tag team, but I was sort of, before he got injured, I was getting used to Ivar as a singles guy because man, like him and Obafemi was great on NXT. I was like, and then he had a really good match like a year ago with nearing a year ago now with Kofi. That match ruled. But yeah, like I hopefully these guys get a good push. I think that because I think their booking had damaged them a bit. Like I think they need to get over with the crowd, and hopefully by calling them the War Raiders and having another War chant, that would help as well. And they're just making them really dominant, and hopefully actually have get them to have a program with Finn and JD will sort of do ways into getting them over. So yeah, no, I'm sort of I am definitely sort of looking forward to that.
Give me Ivar back with Bronson Reed again, especially with his new push. Give me Ivar and Ilya Dragunov. Give me Ivar and Sheamus. Ivar and Drew McIntyre. All these kind of meaty matches. Unfortunately, didn't Braun Strowman actually hurt himself in that monster match?
Yeah, he tore his groin.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He said he tore it like in the first 5 minutes, which sucks. Yeah.
Was I the only one that was hoping that Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman would become a tag team out of that? Kind of like how Sheamus and Cesaro did after their best of 7 series.
And then they join up with Braun Breaker and just become the Brawns. Just a big faction of Brawns. Brains of Brawn.
Amazing. Just like three
meaty Brawns.
Meaty Braun dudes who are badasses.
Yeah, give me Ivar versus Braun Breaker as well. Yeah, give me all those matches, please.
That'd be great. Also, I guess speaking of like tag teams, Motor City Machine Guns are going to be on Smack. I think they're supposed to be debuting on SmackDown next week. So this week that's coming.
So it's supposed to be tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. So that
are they having a match, or are they just showing up? Like, what's the deal?
No, I think they got a match with Humberto and Angel Garza.
Okay, so they'll win that match. That'll be good.
They're winning. So yeah, interesting enough. Like I think I mentioned on the chat, like next year NXT, as well as like Raw, being on Netflix. I think I don't know if it's the case in other countries, but no, not in America. But we are getting NXT and SmackDown on Netflix as well. So which is weird.
Yeah, well, that'll be your main home for WWE then. That's cool. So
cool.
I wish I had all 3 on Netflix and I could watch them all because I don't really get I don't really have cable or even digital to watch NXT on was it CW or whatever, and SmackDown on USA. Like I don't have access to those, so I usually just have to watch clips and stuff. But I can at least watch Raw on Netflix. That'll be all right. But because you can watch them a month later on the network, but that seems like redundant to watch them a month after the fact.
Yeah, I don't know what anyone is doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand having a little bit of a delay. Like if it was just a week behind, I would catch up on things and skim through it. But a month seems kind of ridiculous. But
the only thing we didn't touch on it last week, but I was annoyed. I think because it was just happening, but Obafemi lost. He lost to Tony D'Angelo. God damn it! Well,
and Obafemi barely beat Hammerstone even in Hammerstone's debut. Like I feel like they book him. NXT books a lot of people like 50-50 a lot. You know what I mean? And guys that are strong dudes or contenders, they seem to lose a lot as well. It's the only thing that bugs me about NXT.
Yeah, I'm just like I don't know. I'm just not like I don't. I mean, he is a bit over, but I don't get the whole Tony D'Angelo experiment. I guess that's what I'm saying. But we'll see. Well, I mean, we'll see how it is.
Richie's not a fan of Italian mobsters.
Yeah, on a PT show where you're not,
Did he murder somebody too?
He references murder, and he doesn't, but he doesn't actually anyway.
Well, at least they only reference murder. They don't actually attempt to murder like AEW has done multiple times in the last month. So,
we'll get to that.
Yeah, we had another attempt to murder. But we can start talking about that or get to it and start talking about Wrestledream. But yeah, Jacob, you went to Wrestledream, and this is your first live wrestling show ever. So that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, like I've never no indie events, nothing like that. So my very first show, was Wrestledream, and from Tacoma, Washington, the Tacoma Dome, which is it's a nice venue.
Home of Buff Bagwell's only WWF match, because that Raw where he had the match with Booker T was in the Tacoma Dome. So
nice. I think I want to say Spring Stampede, either 99 or 2000 was also in the Tacoma Dome.
Yeah, they used to have quite a few WCW pay-per-views in the Tacoma Dome. They went there quite a bit. It's a venue that's been around forever. There, but yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny. We got there and I scanned the tickets because I went with my cousin. I scanned my tickets and it says see guest services. Apparently my section got closed off because tickets on other like not closer but like more weren't sold. So it kind of worked out because we did get a little bit closer. But at first I was like, why is our section closed off? Because the guy that was standing at the entrance was like, all right, have a good show. And I was like, okay. And then we got there like, oh, what do we do? And the guy just was like, just sit somewhere and see what happens. I don't think that works. So ended up getting a little bit closer. We probably moved down like 5 or 6 rows and a section over. So
yeah,
pretty decent seats, pretty good view. We had a pre-show with 4 matches, only 4.
There wasn't like what was that one pre-show that had like 5? Was that like
Forbidden Door or something? That was a
Forbidden Door, yeah, that had like a million pre-show matches. That thing just went on forever. What time did they actually start the pre-show? Was it literally like that first match was pretty early, right, Jacob? That Atlantis Brian Cage match was like pretty early, right?
It was between like 3. So my time, between like 3:30 and 3:45. I think
it was like because the pre-show started at 6:30 Eastern. For us, like the 0 hour, and it started like 10 minutes after the pre-show started, right? Like it was pretty quick. They got into the first one.
Yeah, I mean, and they gave all the matches some time too, which is nice. I know.
Yeah.
I think the shortest one was the women's match, which I think was like just over 8 minutes. Good crowd, good atmosphere. Any chant that you guys heard started from my section, which was pretty cool.
Was it the Inoki chant that nobody knew?
Not that one.
That was awful. That was awful.
That was another example of Tony Khan overestimating how much his audience actually knows about like wrestling history and people. You can't just assume people know things like that, Tony. Okay, like that. Not everybody in the crowd has watched a million Antonio Inoki matches. I know who the guy is, but even I've only seen a couple of his high-profile matches. And
Tony Khan coming out high energy, like just for something. It was like, how are you going to come? I'm like, man, just like you don't need to yell anything. You're using a microphone.
Yelling at us.
Yes. He does that at every show. I've been at Dynamites where he just comes out like before the start of Dynamite or in between Dynamite and Rampage, just like, hey guys, glad to be here in Greenville, South Carolina. It's great to be back here, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's like, Jesus Christ, calm down, bro. Like, we can hear you. You got a microphone. It's fine. Like we're excited to be here too, but it's fine.
Yeah, but the pre-show, it kicked off. Brian Cage and Atlantis Jr. I haven't been keeping up with Ring of Honor as much So I predicted Atlantis Jr. to retain just because it's a title match.
I did as well. I was like, I don't think a title would change hands on a pre-show.
But once Cage's JPO's here.
Okay, he just got it. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. There you go.
Hey,
I knew there'd be a title change, though.
You predicted that, and so did Richie, so that's fine.
Well, the two people.
My logic was it felt so random. I just felt like a way to be like, oh shit, we gotta get this title off fucking Atlantis. All right, Wrestledream's coming up.
Yes.
Yeah, I just don't keep up with Ring of Honor, so I didn't know if there was.
I don't either. I just felt like he's an international guy that like doesn't come into the States that often. Was my logic.
Okay, that. Yeah, but the crowd. It's too early.
No, here's the problem. It's gonna be gone in a month and a half. You get it as much as you can now.
Never mind. But no, the crowd they popped once Cage's music hit. He was pretty over with the crowd, and once he got the victory, there were like people in the crowd, like, and they were on the hard cam side too. Like I don't know if you could see it, but they were like, you got a little something.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's
quite a bit.
Right here. Yeah, on your lip, on your
milk, nose, mustache, like a nose power.
But it was a good match. I think like I said, they gave him 11 minutes, and I think they used most of that Cage. Obviously, Cage can move in the ring. I don't know Atlantis Jr. very well. This was actually my first time seeing him ever, because like I said, I don't keep up with Ring of Honor very much.
I think I've only seen.
I liked what I saw. So
he fought Fletcher on a pre-show. I think it's the only time I've seen him.
Oh, so it was a decent match. I think it got the crowd, going. So it was a decent way to kick off the night. So what do you guys think, JPO?
I didn't see it, so y'all can go. I didn't see most of the pre-show. I was having that, and then all the pizza places in my area were must have been international too. I had an Odyssey trying to get pizza before the show. It was, and I didn't get a call. It was ridiculous.
I had the same thing for some reason. Like there's like a weird error for DoorDash where it's like it takes 3 drivers for them to go, oh wait, it's closed. Like, well, 3 drivers ago should have said that because it just kept bumping my order up. It's like 9:30, 9:40. How about 9:50? Is 10 o'clock good? It just kept going up and up. Or Jose's your driver, Adam's your driver, Sarah's your driver. What the fuck's going on? Both had food problems. Being in Florida, North Carolina.
Yes.
No, I mean, I overall thought this was a pretty good pre-show. I thought there was enough like. If this is a good singles match, we got a good tag match coming up later on. Spoiler. So, like, I like the Spirit Show decently. It's way better than what WWE gives us, which is nothing.
Richie?
Yeah, I thought this match was good. I just thought it was weird that they put the title Atlantis Jr. in the first place. I think it was just to create some buzz, and because they had that working relationship with CMLL. But like, I thought they didn't need to take the title of Kyle Fletcher that early. I feel like Kyle Fletcher probably should still have the championship, to be honest.
We'll get that bastard.
And I think because I don't think Atlantis Jr. is signed. Like you don't want to keep the title on some guy who's barely there. And I've always liked Brian Cage. I think Brian Cage is really good. And as good as he's over. And I like that he does a stunner screwdriver. So I'm glad he finished it. So solid match, but predicted the result and JPO. That's why we won. Yeah.
Actually, I did my math wrong. Jacob also tied you guys, so there's a 3-way.
Yeah.
So I thought I did it wrong. I just filled in.
Goes to the person closest to the event.
I went back to what you dropped in the chat. I hadn't filled out the rest of the chart yet with your things, and then I was circling all the ones you got right too, and y'all all had 8 points. So there you go.
Oh man, no, I don't feel like that.
So y'all did. Well, it's okay. We'll have some. We might have some dead spots here and there. Between Crown Jewel and Survivor Series. So we can fill in some shows there with some submissions. That's fine. So
I almost went with Anna J too, but when I looked at Wikipedia, it said that somebody was coming out with Harley Cameron, and then she came out alone. And so I was like, oh, Anna
Soraya.
yeah. Soraya was supposed to come out with her, and she didn't. So Anna Jay ended up getting the win. Decent women's match. Nothing really to write home about. I think the crowd was into it the whole time. Pez, were you able to see this one?
I literally didn't see really like any of the pre-show. I
Okay.
saw the last like 3 minutes of the one with the Outrunners. That's like all I saw. So yeah, I was literally on an odyssey of trying to get pizza and figure out my internet issues because we had to hotspot the internet to make it work that night too. So I was doing all kinds of weird stuff. Yeah, you can skip me for the pre-show. I saw all the main show. I didn't see much of the pre-show at all.
Sounds good. Richie, what did you think of the women's match?
Yeah, it was okay. I think the finish, from what I remember, I think I saw something about a minute. I didn't see the time. I think finish was a bit bosh, where I think there's a miscommunication there. It's a sort of, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting that they're like, I'm putting Harley like Cameron in the ring. I think she's more suited to just. She's funny. She's charismatic, and she has great eye candy. But yeah, I don't think she's like great in the ring. And yeah, I don't know. But this like it wasn't like terrible or anything. It was fine. It was a match.
Yeah, JPO.
Oh, Matt's had fun. It was fine. No, this is a mid card women's match. I think Harley is perfectly suited for a match like this to put someone like Anna over. So like, I don't mind her being in the ring at all. I think she's actually pretty capable, at least of a match of this caliber, which is not saying a whole lot, but still saying like, yeah, I don't mind her in spots like this. She's a really good like second fiddle, hanger on. Like for with her, Soraya is actually pretty entertaining.
And then following that, I believe, was the Antonio Inoki. They tried to do the chant, and then Tony Khan was like, "Let's do it one more time." It was so awkward live.
Right in the back. Where the fuck are you? Come on.
And then they wanted to play the music. They wanted to keep playing the music, and they just played that they didn't. It was funny. They just walked to the back.
It looked like Tony Schiavone was just like,
Ishiba. He was on into it.
Yeah, so it was weird. But I think there was a video package playing or something, and Aubrey came out to ref the next match. And when I tell you she got the biggest pop of the pre-show, I'm not kidding. Like the crowd popped for Aubrey. I think she's local. I think she's from like Seattle based, so it makes sense. Tacoma's Seattle. It's like they're pretty close. So that makes sense. The next match was the Acclaimed versus the MXM collection with Rico, which was pretty cool. Crowd popped for Rico pretty good when they saw him on the screen. I love the Acclaimed's entrance, the rap. As soon as you heard that Diddy line, like the crowd, that was the biggest of the night. It was great. The match itself. Hey, have you guys ever seen an Acclaimed pre-show match? Pez, have you ever seen an Acclaimed pre-show match?
An Acclaimed pre-show match?
Yeah, have you ever seen because this was just the same.
I mean, I've seen a lot of Acclaimed matches that seem the same, but
yeah, so it was an Acclaimed match, and they ended up getting the victory. I loved the spot with Rico and Billy Gunn.
Yeah, when you go like, oh yeah, that's right. Rico managed Billy and Chuck back in the day.
Yeah, okay. and he made a callback to that during the entrance, and it was really cool. It was just cool to see Rico there. I don't know if they're gonna do anything with him.
I think it was just like kind of a one-off thing. Like he was just there and they used him, and he was in shape. Like he took a good bump for the Paymaster.
That dude's in his early
in his early 60s.
Early 60s. He hasn't aged.
Oh, yeah,
I'm in Tacoma for some reason.
When he was managing like three-minute warning, he was like 40.
Yeah,
like legit. Like he started late. Yeah.
And he's a firefighter, and then he retired wrestling, and he's a firefighter. He didn't slow down. He became a firefighter.
Yeah. He was a cop and a firefighter. Good for him.
Jeez, right?
Yeah. So JPO, what do you think of the the Acclaim.
I wanted to give Rico even more credit. He was also a damn American Gladiator. So,
Oh.
the dude has lived a life. I thought this was fun. I know what you mean by the pre-show match. Yeah, this is technically on a real like work rate level, not crazy, but I thought it was still fun. These two teams are kind of the epitome of fun. This is a fun pre-show match. Like again, if this was on the main card, I'd be like, this could have been Cutter on Rampage, but this is like a perfect pre-show match. I felt in a way, like I said, along with
crowd was into it.
Cage and Atlantis. Crowd, it felt like the crowd was into it. It was fun. I love when companies do kind of these weird deep dives of like, oh yeah, Rico, fuck yeah, all right. We're walking the same leopard, suit that he had before with the red underneath. Like that was, literally picture the promo fit pictures of Billy, Chuck, and Rico. That's his outfit, and he still, was rocking it. Took a bump. Like it was fun. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, and the crowd was into everyone. Like Mansoor and Mace got a good reaction. At least in my section, I don't know about the other side of the arena, but my section was like, I don't think we got a boo until the next match, which we'll get to in just a moment. But Richie, what did you think of this one?
Yeah, I thought it was fine. Like you said about I like these two teams. They've kind of got very similar characters. I've always liked MXM match male models. I thought they could. Yeah, unfortunately, they were sort of. Yeah, they started teaming together still around the end of Vince's sort of reign, so they were sort of never used. I feel like if they were around now, like Triple H would find something for them. Because I think they're fun. They're really entertaining. The Rico thing was great. I hope that maybe Acclaimed has kind of get something sort of meteor after this, because they're kind of like, well, they're still popular. They're just sort of like, I think their kind of momentum has kind of stifled quite a bit since even from a few months ago. So hopefully they've got a bigger storyline going forward. But yeah.
Yes, and then the final match on the pre-show saw the Conglomeration and the Outrunners defeating the Dark Order and the Premier Athletes. And the Premier Athletes were the first ones to get booed pretty good. And listen, if you don't want us to say sucks, don't put the idea in our head, because then we're going to say it. Don't tell us what not to do, because that's what we're going to want to do. It's just how it works.
Sorry. If you're watching JB3, JB3 didn't hear sucks. He thought they were cheering for him. we're watching with them, and he was like, "Yeah, no, they're chanting that. They're cheering for him." I'm like, I don't think they are, man. Yeah.
No, we were not. I'm sorry. This was I had to get to the bathroom, and it's weird. Usually, the women's bathroom are the ones with the lines, except for at wrestling events, apparently, because the line for the men's room was crazy. And so I saw the first bit of this match, and it was really good. I think I had to go once. I think once Orange Cassidy was tagged in, which seeing him live was so much fun. The dude's great. So can't speak to the whole match, but Richie, what do you think of the final match on the pre-show?
Obviously not great enough to hold your bladder.
I didn't know it was opening the show, and I had to get there.
But
you don't go for the pre-show, you go for the main show.
Yeah. No, I thought this match was fun. I like the kind of the surprising ascent of the Outrunners. I think they're fun.
Super over, at least
they're super over. They're one of the biggest merchandise sellers in the company. Right, it's fun. I'm glad that they're doing something with them.
And yet they don't have a Wikipedia page yet.
I know. They should. Someone should make. People can make them. So go on, make one for them, Jake.
I don't know enough about them. They're really cool and they dress well.
Yeah. I'm glad they're getting. Yeah, but they're just. It's one of those things where the match result was never in doubt. But yeah, I'm glad I mean, I'm glad like maybe Dark Order is going to get more TV time going forward. Did you see on Dynamite John Silver running after the Blackpool Combat Club? And if you haven't seen it, it's very funny. They're driving away, and John Silver's just running. You just see it's like 5 seconds go past, and then you see John Silver running, and you can hear the crowd audibly laughing. It's very fun. Yeah, look that up. But yeah, hopefully they get to do more stuff because I think Dark Order are in need of a bigger push because I always like them a lot. But yeah, this match is fine. But yeah, it's sort of a way to put over the Outrunners again, and as we'll see going forward, I think obviously they've got bigger plans for Orange Cassidy, which I mean that is a whole other thing, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, JPO.
I don't know if the Dark Order is going to get much more TV time, or they're going to get one match and get killed by the Blackpool Combat Club. I think it's unfortunate what they're going to end up probably getting. I mean, no, this is fine. This is now your very typical AEW pre-show match where it's like, all right, who's not on the card? Let's get 8 of you out there, have some fun. 10 minutes give or take. I am I'll also join that Outrunners bandwagon. I'm excited to see them getting wins. They got a pre-show win now. That's pretty dope. So hell yeah to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I made it back just in time. The fireworks were going off, the pyro was going, and the show was kicking off, and we kicked off with Jay White defeating Adam Page. And is this the one where we all thought Page was going to win?
Mm-hmm.
And then
we all had Hangman for this one, and Jay White pulls the upset. Yeah.
I thought this match was a lot of fun. I thought it was a great way to kick off the show. Crowd was into it. Crowd was. I don't know if they were so much behind Jay White as they were against Adam Page. Chanting, doing the Whose House, Swear's House chant towards him. Not because there weren't really many, pro Jay White chants. I mean, every once in a while in my section you'd hear a switchblade, but I thought there was some good action. I think Page is a great heel. I don't know now how soon he's going to go for the title again, because I don't know if you do him and Moxley, not to jump ahead, but exactly. So it's like, where does he go from here? Does he just continue to be a douche to people and I don't like you, I'm gonna beat you up? I don't know. I thought the ending was really cool, the way he was able to counter the buckshot into his finish, which is
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, that's what it's called. I thought that was a really cool spot. Sorry. But no, crowd was super into the opener. I thought it was a great way to open the show. Pez, I can finally go to you. What did you think of the opener?
No, this was kind of exceeded my expectations because Jay White's been so kind of held down, and it was nice. Remember when not too long ago he was main eventing against MJF, for the title, and then for a long time he was just kind of in pre-show purgatory, with the gang, and not really doing much with him. You forget he's a really good wrestler. I mean, he was a New Japan champion, he's a really solid dude. I think they gave him some time. They had a good mean guy match. They were both pissed off, beating the hell out of each other. They hit each other really hard in this match, so I really like that. It was my kind of match where it felt like more of a fight. This ended up being. I just think you're in a no-win situation with the booking of this match because Hangman's got a lot of momentum coming out of the Swerve match, going over in that one, and then he just loses to Jay White here. But then you don't want Jay White to lose on his first match back. So I don't know what you do here. So I think it was kind of a no-win situation booking wise. You probably could have booked Jay against somebody else maybe and give him a win. I don't know. Again, wonky kind of storytelling there. But a really good match.
JPO.
There we go. Click it right. No, this was a really good opener actually. This as you said, I mean maybe almost ignorantly surpassed the expectations because when you think about it, even a Page I think does deliver most of the time. So I think maybe he gets undersung here. When I think about one of my favorite Brian Cage matches. Him and Adam Page had a really good one here. And yeah, I think we were just all kind of accustomed to, since Jay White's been back full time really with the company, he's been kind of pre-show 6-man tag. Even his main event was that weird ass like one where everyone's hurt and he's about to fight Adam Cole on crutches, and like he's yet to really be pushed maybe in the proper way. So good to see him getting the win here. I'm actually happy with that decision. So yeah, no, really good opener, smart opener too, as far as placement wise.
Mm-hmm. Richie?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. And yeah, I guess if you watch Dynamite, the feud will continue. Although it's funny if you watch Dynamite, the people interfering both missed their spots. Jay White was versus Christian, and Kip Sabian is meant to come up, and you can audibly hear Christian go, "Right, and no, get down, not now, it's too early." And then which caused Hangman Page to miss his spot, like go too early, and so he had to like sneak back under the ring. It was funny, this match was great. I'm glad. Jay White's really good, and yeah, I'm glad he's sort of out of a pre-show purgatory here. And yeah, I do see maybe like a heel title shot at some point for Hangman, but yeah, obviously not at this time. But yeah, like but I thought this match rolled, and yeah, that counter to the buckshot was great. It was that was sick. That the Blade Runner, which is basically just a Sister Abigail without the kiss. So yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and following this, we had the only women's match on the main card for the Women's World Championship. Mariah May defeating Willow Nightingale. Willow was pretty over with the crowd, and I think the crowd was popping anytime she was getting a near fall. This was one I picked Mariah May to win, but had Willow won, I wouldn't have been mad. I think she's a really good in-ring worker. I think she's, again, super over with the crowd. I love Mariah May's heel work, though. I think she's a really good champion. I thought the match was really well worked. Yeah, again, Mariah May is just a really good heel, and I love how far she's come as a character. So, yeah, the crowd seemed a little disappointed that Willow didn't win, but I think overall it was a really good match. I don't know if JPO feels the same because he's fallen asleep.
He was lost in thought. What are you talking about? He's
meditating. Yeah, I mean, cut me some slack. There is a difference between me just soothingly, listening to you and devouring your words and me falling asleep. And there was somewhere in the middle of that is what I was doing just now.
He was putting himself back to watching the pay-per-view and getting into the vibe of the match and like remembering the spots. Oh yeah, this match.
No, like you said, I'm a big Willow fan. I think Willow hopefully is in the line to get a longer title run. Actually, I think she might be the one that ends up taking it back off of Monet down the line here. So this was a good match here. Again, one of those, I don't think the questioning, the outcome was too much in question, but I thought they wrestled a smart match. I enjoyed it.
Richie?
Yeah, I thought it was a great match. Don't know if my opinion that the result was ever in question, just because it's obvious to me. It's obvious they're going to circle back to him and Tony Storm at some point. But yeah, the match was really good. I think Willow, especially puts on some of the better best matches in the women's division in that company, and she can work with anybody. Really, and she's really great, and I think she will get a long run title shot at some point. But yeah, Mariah May's got a lot of momentum at the moment, and I'm looking forward to her rekindling a feud with Tony Storm, who is the number one PWI number one woman wrestler of 2024. Tony Storm.
Nice. Pez?
Yeah, no. I didn't have a lot of expectation going into this. I think Mariah is struggling a little bit story-wise without Tony Storm, but I like Willow a lot. That match with Chris Lander was awesome, that street fight. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of high on Willow right now, but yeah, they beat the hell out of each other in this match too, and it ended up being like really, a lot more intense than I thought it was, and pretty damn good. So yeah, not a lot to write home about as far as like big spots and whatnot, but again, the story of the show was like all these matches I didn't have a lot of expectation for, but ended up just being solid matches in the ring. So I didn't have any problems with it. And Mariah is definitely one of the more improved ones I've seen through the year. Maybe if we have like most improved, female wrestler, she might make my list. Yeah, good stuff here.
Yeah, the next match was for the TNT Championship. Jack Perry defeating Shibata. Has anyone else ever was Shibata just the first one to take the nickname the Wrestler? Like nobody else thought of that in the history of wrestling to nickname themselves.
Randy Mickey Rourke, maybe no. But we'll talk about that. But no, yeah, I feel like there's probably somebody, but yeah, like
I'm sure there might be, but like it was weird. Like the Wrestler. Well, they're all wrestlers actually. But this was I thought this match was fine. I think obviously this is going to be remembered for everything that happened afterwards. I don't think the result of this one was ever in question. I think Jack Perry's going to hold the TNT title for a while. The match was fine. Like I said, I think they had some good spots. Anytime Shibata just like hulks up, or what's for lack of a better term, just eats anything that his opponent gives him is always a cool spot. But yeah, Perry won, never in question. And then Daniel Garcia comes out to confront him, followed by MGF, who got a pretty big pop, and he starts beating down Garcia. We find out that, hey, he got his ring back, and just as he's going to go and hit Daniel Garcia, I thought Matt Menard was going to save him. But instead, we had to settle for Adam Cole.
That would make sense. That would make sense, Jacob. We can't have that.
But no, Adam Cole returned. One of the biggest pops of the night. It was so cool. Sure, logically it might not make sense, but being able to see it live and just be in that atmosphere and hear that reaction, and especially when he started running to the ring, like it was a cool moment. Hopefully we'll be able to see Adam compete sooner rather than later, because it's been a while. Obviously, that I think is what this whole segment is going to be remembered for. JPO, what were your thoughts on the match and then kind of the aftermath?
Yeah, the match I'm just kind of fine with here. I've never disliked a Shibata match, but I'm never next level about him either. And yeah, Perry is selecting someone that needs a really good dance partner to get me to that next level still too. So match was fine. Yeah. And what happened in the aftermath?
Oh, did you forget? Oh, just MJF and Adam Cole.
Oh, all the returns and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Duh.
I thought you were.
Well, and also to piggyback off of what's going on with Dynamite too, they're really trying to retcon the whole story now. Adam Cole's like, sometimes you gotta match evil with evil. It's like, I don't know, dude, you're the one that betrayed him. Like, you're the one that made this guy think he had one single friend in the world and then fucked him over. So you're the piece of shit, Adam Cole. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So it's an odd feud. I don't know if I'm supposed to cheer.
Yeah, MJF is a reason. He turned back heel because he felt he was being soft. So he was like, and he got betrayed. He's like, I'm not going to be friends with anybody. I'm going to be a mean son of a bitch. So that's why he sort of got this edge to him and turned heel. And then Adam Cole comes back. And he's like, I'm gonna get my revenge on MJF. I'm like, what did he do to you? Nothing. He wanted to befriend you. That's all he did. He wanted to befriend you, and then you sat in the back. And then the last time, he gave you a brain buster, but that's because you were insincerely going to hug him. You weren't going to hug him. You're going to attack him. So you're not the baby face. You're a dick. Like this storyline is weird. But yeah, the actual match is fine. It's I didn't like the finish either because. Perry wins because Shibata is a dumbass because he got it. He forgot his own shoulders are pinned to the mat, and then they got the pin. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, the crowd was like, oh, okay. And so I was like, oh, okay, it's over.
The crowd was like, oh, that was the finish. Oh, boo.
Yeah, you couldn't just have Perry hit his move. I don't know. And win.
I feel like Perry could get a clean win over Shibata, and it would be okay.
Right.
You know, Shibata has I know they tried to say, well, he's coming out. Oh, he's on like an 8-match win streak or whatever. But I'm like, against who? I haven't seen any. Okay, I guess I'll take your word for that. But I feel like Perry could get the win, or even just like a quick roll up or something on Shibata. You know what I mean? Like, not the way they did it. Like, oh, he kind of reversed a thing. This goofy submission into a pin. Like, I feel like he could have actually done a reversal and like rolled him up or something, got us, a cradle something and just pinned him, like that would have been okay. And just use his quickness and get out of it. But yeah, the match was fine. And yeah, the Adam Cole thing doesn't really make sense when you think about it, like at all. It makes no sense. How they just
makes sense. But
yeah,
it's cool.
MJF was the babyface, Adam Cole was the heel. Now it's just completely reversed for reasons.
Because nothing. Yes, because fuck you. That's why. Because he was injured throughout the whole thing. Okay, we're recording.
I feel like to make another pitch meeting reference with Ryan George. If anybody watched those pitch meetings, it'd be like, yeah, but wasn't he just a thing? Didn't he used to be the babyface? And he was hey, shut up. So, anyways, the next thing we're gonna do is, hey, listen, I'm gonna need you to get all the way up off my back about it, okay? To make it, I love pitch meetings, and I've been using those a lot. Just I'm gonna need you to get all the way up off my back about that. So,
did you see that they put a whole compilation of horror ones out?
Yeah. They just did Beetlejuice. They did I don't know.
They did Joker too, I think.
Yeah. No, it's all good stuff. I love pitch meeting. Anyways, getting back to the show.
Yeah, up next was probably the match I was looking forward to the most, other than the main event. A triple threat for the international title. Konosuke Takeshita versus Will Ospreay versus Ricochet. Crowd was into Takeshita. The boos you were hearing during the entrance were for Don Callis. Because later on, when he got involved, you heard the boos again. But anytime Takeshita was hitting a big move, there was some cheers from the crowd.
Because the crowd loves Takeshita. They're like us. They want to see the guy get a big win, and I'm glad he finally did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Will Ospreay and Ricochet, once they eliminated Takeshita at the beginning, did their thing, which Takeshita immediately, goes in and drops.
His answer to everything was, hey, Will Ospreay and Ricochet do a cool move. Takeshita just comes in and beats the shit out of both of them.
Right. We've seen that.
Hey, you did a flip. I'll just kick one of you in the face and forearm the other one in the face. And that's going to be my shtick for this thing. And it was awesome. I loved it.
He's just like, we've seen that before, you guys.
Yeah.
We're not doing anything new.
Oh, you just did a flip. Let me do a really flying knee and just knock you out. That's what I'm going to do. And that was great.
They literally have to double team at one point. So fucking Jesus, all right.
Jesus, all right. This guy's knocked us around with these forearms enough. We got to take him out. We got to stop. Stop this maniac.
The number of near falls. But I was kind of being a smartass in my section. Though I would the people next to me. I was like, no, the table hasn't been used yet. It's not over yet.
Well, we did the same thing on the stream, actually, because Jay Burns was actually on the stream with us watching, and he just wanted to watch the wrestling tonight. And he was watching this match, and he was marking out for it. He was having a great time. He was like, "Oh my god, this match is amazing! Holy shit! Oh Jesus! Holy!" And yeah, I said the same thing. I said, "No, that won't be the finish. You know why, Jay? Because they haven't broken that table yet." and he's like, "Oh, it's Chekhov's table." I'm like, "Yes, it's Chekhov's table. It has not been broken yet. You cannot set up a table first 5 minutes, and you cannot finish the match until you break that table." And sure enough, they did. Because holy shit, the thing they did with it, with that cradle tombstone thing that Takeshita did, was nuts. Jeez, off the apron. Yeah.
No, these. I hope these three run it back at some point, because this match was awesome. The finish with Fletcher turning on Ospreay. Oh man, did you hear the boos rain down? The crowd was conflicted. I was conflicted. I love Takeshita, but Don Callis, he's a good heel. They wanted to boo and they wanted to cheer at the same time. Fletcher turned on Ospreay. Maybe that's the next program for those two. Maybe we'll get a match between those two.
I'm sure we will.
What's next? Full Gear, World's End, whatever is next.
Full Gear is next. Yeah, I'm sure we're getting Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, which again should be a great match when those guys get in the ring. They'll tear it up, hopefully. And then I wouldn't mind if we got a Takeshita Ricochet just singles match. That was something good. Yeah, I'm fine with them having something one-on-one would be fine. But
Did you see that they
yeah,
put
some
out
stuff.
like someone put out like a it was ended up being a fake graphic. It was Takeshita and like Masca Dorada, who's a former Lindsay Dorado, I think, and it was a fake graphic. But then so obviously Dynamite happened, the match never happened, but now people now people got AEW got wind of it, like you might actually give Lindsay Dorado a call, and then they're gonna have that they're probably gonna have that match, even though that it was just someone on Photoshop just created the fake thing and he willed it into existence.
But that's something that AEW would do. I mean, they've brought in other people and given them a title shot before. But Pez, what did you think of the triple threat here?
No, we were all having a great time on the stream watching this one. Yeah, I mean, all the near falls were great. The counters were amazing. Every time somebody did, they did like a doomsday device, just flipping out of those things, flipping out of hurricanranas left and right. Just all the crazy counters these guys. It seems like, anything Will Ospreay and Ricochet want to do, they can just do it if they really put their minds to it and just want to do it. They only really kind of half botched the one thing with it would have been like the flip into the other Rana. That they just kind of, it was the only like minor one, but it wasn't that big a deal. All the near falls are amazing. I love Takeshita. I love that his gimmick in this match was just to destroy both the flippy guys, every time he had the chance. Like, I'm not going to do any flips. I'll just throw a forearm and knock you out. Here, I'll just throw a knee and knock you out. I'll just throw a kick and knock you out.
The amount of times he knocked Ricochet out. I mean,
oh my God. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, just knocking him out of midair, just killing these guys every time they landed. It was a great gimmick, and it freshened up the Ospreay Ricochet thing. Because again, we've seen that match a couple of times. Throw him in there, let it kind of mix it up a little bit, throw a big, mean, scary guy in there. And it was a lot of fun. I'll be watching this again before the end of the year and see how it ranks in my match of the years. But I mean, it's redundant at this point to say, oh, Will Ospreay had a match of the year candidate on pay-per-view. Yeah, he's done that pretty much every pay-per-view. So we're gonna, the problem will be ranking them at the end of the year and seeing which ones are the best ones. Again, another great match of the year candidate for Ospreay, and I'm glad Takeshita got the win. I kept voting for him in the predictions, with my heart because I wanted to win, and so I did it again here and took a chance on it, and I'm glad it paid off because I was happy to see the guy finally get a big win.
Yeah, that was me too. I was like,
I wanted to happen. And it finally happened, and it's fine. Yeah, so it was great.
I was just like, well, maybe Takeshi's going to pin Ricochet, and that's how
I just think Ospreay's ready. I think they're ready to push Ospreay into the world title picture. So I think this is a way to get the title off of him, but also again slowly progress him back into the world title picture. Maybe by early next year, get him in that picture because he can do the stuff with Fletcher, one or two other things here and there. Probably by early next year, he's going to be in that title picture, I would imagine. So he'll be hovering around there, which obviously he could easily be a world title contender. Of course he can, and carry the company. So
Richie, who? I didn't watch the show last week. I apologize, but who'd you pick to win, and what did you think of the match?
I picked Takeshita.
Everybody picked Takeshita except for JPO. JPO picked Ricochet. He thought they might give Ricochet the big bump in this first big pay-per-view match. Which is fine. I could see the logic there if he did. So, but nobody picked Ospreay to retain. No one.
Yeah. So I mean, I know you said you're conflicted when the Kyle Fletcher came out, and I was like, me and Austin were like, he's going to win. He's winning. He's going to win now.
I was like,
what I meant was I didn't know whether to boo or to cheer because I'm happy Takeshita won, but it's like, why?
Yeah, don't screw over Ospreay like that. Yeah, I know. Just like he could just beat Ricochet. It's fine.
I feel like this was the 2024 version of the Unbreakable match with Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, and AJ Styles. This was fantastic. I don't know where this ranks up, but I think it's gonna rank up pretty highly until the next one because I'm sure Ospreay's gonna have a fucking great match with Kyle Fletcher probably at full gear. And I'm like, okay, goddamn, what am I gonna do? And then Takeshi's probably gonna have a good match as well. And then I'm like, fuck, all right. No, solid, great match.
Yeah.
JPO.
Are you?
What did you think?
JPO.
Hey.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Three-way. It was good, wasn't it?
I don't remember this match. You said Ospreay?
Yeah.
Ospreay.
This dude. No, I mean, again, nothing special to say for Ospreay. It's another great match here. I think we're all happy to see Takeshita get some spot here, man. He's one of those dudes that they brought him over, just like they do with other companies, at Atlantis, this guy, that guy, but he stood up, he showed out. And there's been moments of it before, but hopefully this is truly like the coming up of Takeshi, so I'm all about that. So yeah, good stuff. Good, looking forward to, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then following this,
pity anybody that has to follow this, right, Jacob?
Right, and who did they put in the ring to follow it? Swerve himself, Swerve Strickland. This was he came out to Prince Nana started off in the ring, and then Swerve came out to give an update. Swerve, hometown guy. He's from Tacoma. Super over with the crowd, obviously.
He referenced Defy in his promo. That was pretty great.
Yeah.
Defy, yeah, I've seen some Defy matches. Defy's a hell of a promotion out there.
It got a pop when you mentioned it too.
Yeah. There was Defy fans in the crowd for
sure.
Cool.
Yeah, there was a guy when I was in line handing out flyers for Defy. So
smart man. Yeah.
He gives an update. He's medically cleared, and I don't think anybody was surprised that MVP and Shelton Benjamin came out, and obviously they did their little back and forth thing. Obviously they're trying to recruit Swerve, and Swerve makes it appear that maybe he's going to turn on Prince Nana at some point, but of course he's family, and so Prince Nana and Swerve are sticking together. I think a lot of people expected Bobby Lashley to debut. I don't know if they had those plans and maybe let's
from what has been talked about, it was like they were gonna do it, and then like kind of the night of they backed out of it. So and are gonna hold it off. I guess for Dynamite.
Yeah. There's like a fright. I think they're doing a Halloween Dynamite called Fright. Is it Fright Night Dynamite?
Fright Night Dynamite. Yeah, Swerve and Shelton.
It's Swerve and Shelton. So I'm guess if you don't do it there, then I don't know. I think they're doing it. They've got to do it there.
Because Lashley can interfere and help Shelton beat Swerve. If they do that, and do lay him out. But yeah, I think everybody, Jacob, you can probably confirm this was like waiting for a music cue, probably like looking to the.
We were all waiting. We were all
you're like waiting for some kind of music or him to run down or something. You're like waiting for Lashley because you're just kind of waiting for it.
Where's Lashley? There was this one guy. There's this one guy in my section. That kept like referencing Swerve going to like NXT, and I'm like, I just want to be like, dude, just shut up and don't ruin this moment. Like,
yeah,
it was just so annoying. The guy was a dick, but it was fine. I did think it was funny.
100%. Yeah, Lashley's going to be with MVP and Shelton. They're going to be a little faction. Yeah, and we're saying like even Powerhouse Hobbs might even be a part of that faction if they bring him back. I think he could work for that as well. So yeah,
I did think it was funny how fast security came out when Swerve and Shelton were getting in each other's faces.
We had the same conversation.
Yes, we had the same conversation on stream. Yes,
they didn't later on during the moment that we'll get to soon.
Yeah, we'll get to it. But yeah, we had the same conversation of like, man, the Geeks ran out real fast to break up that pushing brawl, but somebody's about to get murdered, and nowhere is anyone to be found. Okay, that's weird. So you guys are more concerned about these guys having a shoving match in the ring than people almost getting murdered. Yeah, look, priorities, Tony Khan, priorities. Come on now. And by the way, all the four people they got in the shoving match are like wrestlers. So it's not like it's, if they get into a shoving match or even a brawl, like, okay, nobody's going to get like seriously injured. Like even Prince Nana was a wrestler. Like it's fine. MVP was a wrestler. Like these are all workers. It's not like, it was weird. That was right. Even backstage, wasn't there a thing with like Okada or something?
Kyle O'Reilly punched Okada to set up a future match or whatever. And then Christopher Daniels like, no.
Bring it up. Yeah, where were you, Christopher Daniels? You failed tonight. You failed in one of the biggest jobs. You did not have the Tacoma Police Department. And Tacoma PD, by the way, I've seen featured on Cops many times. They deal with all kinds of crazy stuff. They could have definitely dealt with this.
Apparently, they were just waiting outside for the end of the show to navigate traffic.
Call some of those guys in, for traffic for a minute. All right.
You guys have any thoughts on the segment or?
Not really. It's the same old thoughts. Yeah. Where was Lashley?
With
And
Lashley,
that's really about it. Yeah.
Yeah, like because it was the sort of elephant in the room. Like if you're gonna do the segment, people then expect Lashley. Like, yeah, it's cool having Swerve, but like if you're just gonna have like them talking and having shove, that's like that's okay. If it's not Lashley, could have done this on Dynamite. But I know why they brought Swerve out.
Oh yeah, I mean, this was always like this was for the crowd.
Yeah, for sure. And I know if he was totally cleared, he probably would have had a match or at least something. But yeah, I mean, at least they got him on the show, so it's all right.
Yeah, following this, probably the most surprised because again, I don't follow too closely. I watch from time to time. But probably the most surprising match, and I love this match. It's probably my third favorite match of the night, if I'm being honest.
Match ruled. This match was awesome.
Yeah, a Hologram versus the Beast Mortos in the 2 out of 3 falls match. A Hologram getting the win, 2-1. Hologram takes the first fall. Beast takes the second. Hologram takes the third. I thought the first two they happened pretty quickly. Well, not too quickly, but quick enough that that third fall started, and they were given some time for that one. And man, these two can move. Like again, run this one back as well. Like I know they've probably done this a few times. That's why this was a 2 out of 3 falls match. But man, yeah, some great moves. Hologram, the Beast. He's a big guy, but man, he can move. Anytime a big guy can move like that, I don't care how many times I will see a big man do the same move. It's going to be impressive every single time. It's man, this match ruled. They were going at it. Some hard hits. The chops sounded crazy. I don't know if the ring was mic'd up or what, but they were loud. Not just in this match, but like every match. Anytime it was a chop. Yeah, I need to go back, watch some more Hologram, watch some more Beast matches because these two guys they killed it, and I was like, oh, is there a reason they're putting them after the 3-way and the Swerve return? Because like the crowd they were hyped up for that, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna sit down, I'm just gonna take it easy, I'm just gonna sit here and I gotta rest my body a little bit because what's still to come. I'm pretty excited for. I don't want to get too tired out, But man, if they didn't make me get off my feet more times than I care to count. This match ruled. Richie, what did you think of the 2 out of 3 falls match?
Oh yeah, this match is great. I've been a fan of Beast Mortis for a while now. Like when he was Black Taurus in GNA, and he's fucking great. I love this dude so much. I think he's I'm glad to see him getting a big opportunity on a bigger stage. I hope that some gold, whether it's like in the 6-man or wherever it comes to him at some point, he's very good. But yeah, and that's being said, like I know they're high in Hologram, and there's a reason why too. He's great as well. This match ruled. And like obviously, I think crowd are quiet at first because not probably not as familiar with these guys, but yeah, they got the crowd into it. This match is great. I was hoping Mortis to win, but I get it. Hologram is the guy they're pushing, but this was fantastic. So yeah.
JPO, what did you think of the 2 out of 3 falls match?
It was good. No, this was actually really good too. This one I didn't mind. Well, there wasn't really too much of a promo or story here. It offers something different on the card here, which is what I think AEW does really strong here. Hologram again. I want Mortos to really do something. Even TNA never really ran with the guy, and I think he's got a lot of potential too to be like whether it's again like just really good heavy in a tag or even just on a single. So because again, I don't really know the ceiling. I feel like of Hologram. I feel like it's going to be pretty short. I feel to a degree. So, but otherwise, as far as match, good stuff.
Yeah,
I think this is the debut of the AEW in like a Mexican channel or something. Mexico channel. That's probably why they had a showcase like for these guys on pay-per-view. There was some Mexican tie-in. That's why they.
Are you saying that? Did you hear that?
I read somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, no, I haven't seen much of Hologram, so this was kind of a showcase for me. But yeah, Beast Mortos, I've been loving this dude. I hope he gets a push at some point, because I think he could break through out of just the lucha thing and really be, like I don't think he'll ever be like a main eventer, in AEW, but he could be like a solid upper mid card guy, kind of like Takeshita or something like that. Just one of these hard hitting guys that can move, and yeah, have just really solid sort of upper mid card matches. Because he's awesome. He's got a great look. We'll talk about him. You could draft either one of these guys in just a little while. They could definitely be, on the table. So that'd be great. But yeah, that dude's awesome, and he's just fun to watch. And yeah, his punches are great. His chops are great. He hits hard, and yeah, he's got everything I want. He's a meaty guy who can move, but also do crazy lucha stuff. So he's just fun to watch, and I hope these guys continue to get a push, because yeah, this is a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, like I said, this match ruled. Big surprise. One of my top 3 or 4 matches of the night.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, can't say the same about the next match for me personally. Darby Allin, who got a special video before his entrance, was super over with the crowd too. Obviously, Seattle guy, just up the road, so he got a big pop from the crowd as well. But so did Brody King. Like people, especially in my section, they were doing the bark. Brody King was over. But this felt like for me a typical Darby Allin match. Gets beat up some more, makes his comeback and wins. I don't understand how he can take all that damage, and then all it takes is him doing 2 coffin drops. Sure, one was on the stairs. But he does 2 coffin drops and he gets the pin. Not a bad match, just not for me. I feel like it's not something that we haven't seen before. I think both of them are really good in-ring workers. It didn't feel like there was anything that like took it to the next level. And again, maybe it's just their placement, because like I said, that 2 out of 3 falls, like I think it exceeded expectations and was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But again, not a bad match. Darby gets the win. Gets a nice pop from the crowd. Nice show of respect at the end. Interesting. I don't know. Again, I haven't been keeping up with the weekly show, so I don't know what's going on with the House of Black currently. If they're just like, are they still a thing? And it's like, hey, we're all just going to kind of do our own thing, but we'll also be a trio when the time calls. I don't know. But I was really like, a Malachi Black appearance would have been really cool. Just selfishly, as somebody who's going to their first show and wanting to see some of their favorites working today. But again, no, decent match, but just nothing special, nothing new for me personally. JPO, what did you think of the Darby Brody? Oh, never mind.
That's what I think. Fuck this. No, I'm a little higher than you. I mean, yeah, like you said, I don't know if again, if we had to play doctor and had to cut a match, yeah, I could maybe potentially see it being this one here, because this was a match we've seen before. Maybe the other one might have been a little bit better and a little bit more memorable, but I thought they put on a good match. I enjoy what we had here. Yeah, like you said, there might be a formula now. So yeah, if you really pay attention to that formula, it could have some of the fun. So I could totally see that too as well, though. That is very, very just thing to say.
Pez?
Yeah, no, I might have liked it a little more than you as well. I think some of Darby's favorite matches I've seen were when he's, getting beat up by a big guy, and it's like big man, little man, David Goliath stuff, and you got a big guy like Brody who could toss him around. Again, it was a similar spot to like in the Takeshita thing. There was a spot where Darby like ran up the steps on the outside and Brody just forearmed the shit out of him, just knocked him out of the air and just knocked him out of midair, and like, that always just looks nasty. And yeah, just did the same stuff that Takeshita was doing, just like every time Darby tried to do something crazy, I'm just gonna knock you out of the air, or just slam you really hard. And I always just enjoy that on an aesthetic level. It's fun. When he knocked Brody onto the stairs and then did coffin drop,
Ow.
Like, ow. Yeah. So, I mean, again, I like these types of matches. They're just fun. I've always referenced one of my favorite Darby matches is in Evolve where he fought Walter, and that's like the same thing. Walter, just every time Darby would try to fly at him or do something, Walter would just chop him out of midair, and it's just great. It's just really, really fun. It's a great way to use Darby. But yeah, I mean, I think we all expected him to get the win here. We all had him on our predictions. So I like Brody. I think again, he's one of those guys that unfortunately I don't think he's ever going to get kind of a main event push. I would like to see him get more of a push, just because I like the guy. I'd like to see him have a more prominent role. But give me Brody and Beast Mortos. I'll watch that. Can I get that?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be really fun? So that'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's still a fun match. I thought it was entertaining.
I'd love to see Brody maybe get the TNT title or something, at least some singles title.
Yeah.
Like you said, probably not going to get that world title main event push, but
put Brody in there with Takeshita. At least Takeshita can win, but have them beat the shit out of each other for 15 minutes. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Up next, we had the
Richie.
Richie. Sorry.
Yeah.
I probably liked it more than when you did too. But yeah, I get what you mean by the formula. But yeah, it is. I to me, in a way, Darby is sort of like, watching Spike Dudley in there, like when he was with like Mike Awesome and the other big guy. I just like seeing him being thrown around. I worry about the dude's health, but but yeah, it was fun seeing him getting just punched out of the air, and then that bag up to the corner of the stairs looked nasty on Brody King, so he wasn't afraid to take bumps. I feel like they may be pushing Darby to a big title opportunity soon, so that's probably why he had to go to the win. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying he's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the guy at some point in the line if he's the one that takes the belt off Moxley. I think they were sort of building towards that. So, but the long term. So that's probably why. I think he needed the win here. So yeah, but yeah, I thought it was a good match.
We might have to speed through these next two. We're running a little behind. We still got a draft to do, so we can almost kind of speed through these next two and get to the main. I mean, how much is there to say about the Bucks and the Private Party when we all thought the Bucks were going to win and they won?
Exactly. I mean, it was,
I think now and just with the follow up on this week, I think Private Party actually might take it still. Like, I didn't think it for this pay per view. I think they could end up taking it.
Yeah, the way they were presented, and the way the crowd responded to them, I think the crowd was behind Private Party 100%. Again, so maybe the next pay per view or somewhere maybe soon. I could definitely see them getting the titles. I'm with you on that one. But yeah, I mean,
I think around this time too. I don't know. They maybe didn't like. It was sort of like the crowd. It felt like they were on here. Like crowd was reserving its energy for bringing Brian Danielson. But I was sort of like, because I thought I knew the result ahead of time. That result was inevitable. I was like, okay, yeah, let's admit.
Yeah, it felt that we were watching the stream and Jacob, and it felt like the crowd was kind of just waiting for Danielson at this point. They're getting a little tired, just kind of saving a little bit of energy for him. I don't know if it felt the same in the building, but yeah, it just
not in my section.
Okay, it felt like this was just another Bucks match. Like it was like perfectly good and fine, but like I don't think anybody bought the Private Party was going to win. Like I know they tried, but
anytime they got close, like at least my section.
Sure.
Was getting into it, but yeah, nobody was surprised that the Young Bucks won.
Right.
For the bigger story they're going to tell, it would be stupid for the Private Party probably not to win at some point. But like the fact that they only built this up for a couple of weeks, so like it wouldn't like you needed more time to build up the story like without Private Party Young Bucks history, but you didn't have much time to build towards You only just probably put this match on like a week or two before the pay-per-view. So I feel like if you have enough time to build a match, if they have a match at Full Gear and then Private Party still lose, then I'll be like, okay, Young Bucks need to stop winning. It's just for Private Party to lose here. So, yeah.
Well, then it's weird that technically I saw somebody point out something. All the belts right now are held by heels.
The heels, yeah.
Yeah, there's no babyface champions right now. I mean, there is like a Ring of Honor for like the Mark Briscoe, which we'll talk about, but like as far as the AEW titles, it's all heels right now. So yeah, heels are running the show.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, like you said, we can't say the same for Ring of Honor though, because Mark Briscoe did retain over Chris Jericho in a decent match. I thought this was a good match to go on before the main event. I'm still not a fan of the Learning Tree gimmick. I'm not, but I do think this was one of Jericho's better matches for the year. So I think him and Mark worked really well. So yeah, I wanted to start a please retire chant, but I was like, I can't. He's actually doing really. He's actually doing pretty decent. He's actually doing pretty decent in this match.
He put some respect on his name. He had the #1 movie in America this past week.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I said please.
Two came third. Yikes.
Retire, please. Yeah. I'll talk about that movie too. I wanted to ask you guys a question about that, but we'll do that after off air. Real quick thoughts on the Ring of Honor title match.
I'll just say. Oh, you go.
No, it's fine. It was fine. I mean, I like watching Briscoe work, but it was fine. Like this reeked of again Jericho like desperately wanting to be on pay-per-view, especially this being technically the semi.
Yeah, I was going to say. I think we were just commenting on the match placement. Like, this is weird. It's weird that this match is going on now. We're like, oh, okay. I thought this match would be on like second, yeah, third match, first half of the card. Yeah, this is technically the semi-main event. That was odd. And then because Jericho has booking power, I'm like, I'm worried he's going to win. He's having a rematch with him like next week in a ladder match. I'm like, I'm still worried he's going to win.
Yeah, Ladder War is the rematch, which is this is a ladder match. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, he's probably I'm like, man, I don't know. And Jericho's my favorite wrestler, but it's just like, I don't know why I'm getting over him. But it's like, I don't know, maybe just like it's an ego thing. I don't know, but but this match is fine. It's good.
JPO.
Yeah, not much to add here. I thought it was a good match here. Like I said, was there much meat on the bone? Not necessarily.
Yeah. All right. So then we get into the main event: Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. The crowd loved to boo Jon Moxley, and they loved to.
Well, yeah, he tried to murder your hometown hero.
Right. Love to cheer Bryan. Yeah, you could hear the boos raining down on Moxley during his entrance, and then once final countdown hit, the crowd. When I tell you that we did not sit down the entire time, like we did not. At least on my side, we were all up the whole time. I love that even though Moxley attacked Danielson during his entrance, they kept final countdown going, because if you pay for the song, you use the song. You're not going to cut it off. I did find it a bit odd that even though the hometown, the guy that we're supposed to be cheering for is getting beat down, we're still singing along to the final countdown, like but no, like it was such a fun atmosphere. Like, yeah, we didn't sit down at all. The amount of times that we did the yes chant with him, anytime the boo, yeah, like finally being a part of that. It was just awesome. I thought this match was great until that ending. That just
God, I could feel the air watching it at home, Jacob. I could feel the air get sucked out of the Tacoma Dome when he just put on the bulldog choke, and then the ref just called for the bell. I was like, oh.
I was like, let him fight, maybe let him fight, try to, and then make it a struggle or something, and then call for the bell. But no, it's like he put it on, and then it just ends. Yeah, we started a bullshit chant. There was a "fuck you Moxley" chant.
Yeah, I heard the "fuck you Moxley" one.
It was so much fun. Anytime Marina Shafir would get involved, I don't know if you could pick it up on the stream, but my section, yeah.
Yeah, we heard a little bit of that. I'm glad they actually did that, because that got a pop too. Yeah, she probably got thrown out, so that was fine.
Yeah, there's some good spots. Then the ending. I'm not a fan of how the match ended. It makes sense. Like I said, I wish they would have dragged it out a little bit more, make it a struggle.
Maybe he almost gets the ropes and then passes out or something. Something. I don't know.
I don't like the inconsistency of like what they do within wrestlers in a sleeper. Like, I like when the old school thing, when they see the hand up and down, the 3 thing, and then I've never once and this is from a referee. You guys know me.
I've always done the 3-arm thing. I've never just immediately stop the match, unless it's just somebody's doing like the elbow thing or something, and somebody passes out, or like or if they've in a submission for a long time and then pass out, you know what I mean, like that sort of thing. But yeah, not like immediately, like they've been in the choke for 3 seconds, like call the match like immediately,
right.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
So I guess well, first we can just give our thoughts on the match, and then we can jump into the post match shenanigans. Richie, what did you think of the main event?
I thought the match was good, and like obviously, kind of, it felt like a real fight. It just felt like it ended prematurely. But like I thought obviously these two have really good respect for each other. They got chemistry in the ring. But fortunately, you're not going to remember all that. You're just going to remember what happened at the end. But yeah, I thought it was a good match. But yeah, I was hoping for a bit better. But yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah, Pez?
Yeah, it was good. I think the Swerve match at Wembley was better. Even to a degree, I almost like the Perry match a little bit more, like just overall. Now, the atmosphere for this one might have been one of the best one out of the three, because like you said, yeah, the crowd was like standing the whole time, very loud, the yes, no chants, all that stuff. Really, really good. I mean, crowd was obviously right behind him every step of the way. His comebacks were good. So it was like a greatest hits of Daniel, Bryan Danielson, so that was fine. But yeah, unfortunately, I think a lot of people are just going to remember, the finish, which just kind of sucked the air out of everything, and it's unfortunate because I would hope. I predicted Moxley. You did as well, Jacob. Unfortunately, we didn't. Maybe the crowd just didn't want it to happen. Even though we kind of thought it was a possibility. It's just unfortunate, that it kind of ended on a little bit of a whimper and just a weird note to end on. We'll get to it in a second, but where they went after that too, just a weird way to be like, we were joking on the stream. We were like. And then, all right, everybody, drive safe. Have a good night. Come to AEW next time.
Don't forget my merchandise anyway.
Go to the merch table. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you can say what happened off the air, how they actually ended the show, and you can give us a little behind the scenes. I'm sure you saw what happened, once they were off the air. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things.
Yeah, JPO, thoughts on the match?
Yeah, match quality, good match. The outcome, the ending it almost reminded me in a weird way of like Taker Lesnar Mania, where it was like, we're done? It's over? Did the ref fuck up? Can we restart the match? What's going on? I don't like this.
It's like starting at 97, like the Nick Patrick when Hulk Hogan pinned Sting. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, Sting just lost. It's over. Wait, what?
No, he didn't.
Wait, what? Call for the bell. What?
Yeah,
what?
And then there's the other kind of funny part too of how what was it in the back? Daniels gets like slapped or like they break up a fight right away, but yet here's Danielson getting murdered and no one's stopping. Not a single person gives a shit.
Because like you said, after the match, they Moxley gives the belt to Claudio, who came out with Pac, and Marina Shafir comes back out, puts the belt in a duffel bag. I'm curious to see what that's about. I didn't watch Dynamite this week, so I don't know if they touched on that.
Zero follow up on what that duffel bag shit was about.
Yeah, so
I was like, is that a sign?
How do you not follow up with stuff like that? Like it's your world title.
Is that just
weird?
Like him showing that he doesn't care? I don't know.
It's probably weird. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, they were going to attack Danielson again, but Darby Allin comes back out with Wheeler Yuta. And here's
JBL. You didn't trust that Wheeler Yuta, and neither did I.
I never trust that damn Wheeler.
Yeah, no. As soon as I saw that Darby was up here and Wheeler Yuta was back, then I was like, all right, it's gonna happen. And then they tried to murder Danielson again, but it's stupid. I don't understand, attempted murder in pro wrestling like that. It's stupid. A number of wrestlers came out. We saw, I think it was Danny Garcia.
What?
After like 20 minutes or something, it felt like an eternity
Well,
It
again,
felt like that,
here's the thing. Tony Khan is a madman, even the character, because he sits a gorilla position, right? So should Christopher Daniels in theory, right? What happened the last time Bryan Danielson was alone in the ring with the Blackpool Combat Club surrounding him? You know what happened last time. So as soon as they do that again, you should immediately be sending security out there.
Right.
This isn't that. That's the other crazy part. This isn't like the first time where it's like, holy shit, Moxley surprised us. Oh my God, we're not ready. We're caught off guard.
Right.
It happened a month before. So be ready. He's obviously going to do it if he can.
Yeah.
And one of the people
I'm gonna use it real quick. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick so that I'm ready for
one of the people that came out to save him was Adam Cole. I'm like, what? Again, I don't understand this. Why?
Yeah. Well, to solidify the face turn. It was him. Daniel Garcia was out there. Orange Cassidy, Private Party, Jeff Jarrett, Briscoe with Hook. I think there might have been more, but that's who I saw.
Yeah, but we even wondered on stream. We were like, man, does Danielson have no friends? What the where is it? Where's the roster that your beloved guy that everybody loves? Where the hell is everybody?
Right, why did it take this long for them?
Yeah, where's the police department? Where's security? We saw a whole bunch of security. Where are the refs? Even the refs got involved in the thing earlier. Where are the refs? At least like something, anything.
One thing you weren't privy to, Jacob, because you were obviously there low, but like Tony Schiavone yells out, "Where are the police?" I'm like, "Yes, thank you."
Where are the police? Yeah. Oh my God, there's another attempted murder. Get the cops out here, please. Something.
All right. It's like wrestling fans aren't stupid. Like, don't. Yeah. We're gonna think logically. We're gonna ask logical questions such as, "Where are the police? Why weren't you prepared for this?" The crowd they were chanting, bullshit. I don't know. For the ending, it didn't. We didn't like it. Unfortunately, I did not stay much longer after that because the person I went with was ready to leave. I don't know if he just didn't care for the ending or not, or if he was just fed up. It was also a long night.
We were just curious as to what Justin Roberts would say as soon as he gets on the microphone. Yeah, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for going. Bye.
We didn't stick around for that because we left as soon as the stretcher was in the ring. So you guys might have actually seen more.
I think the last thing we saw was him getting loaded on the stretcher, and then they cut away. The last shot of the pay-per-view on our end was they had a shot of like Darby Allin and who was with it?
Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy, like looking concerned, and that was like the last thing you see before they cut.
And they are doing a good job with it too. I think making it seem real, because even Nigel was like, his history with Danielson, and even he was showing concern and whatnot. Well, and the fact that Tony Khan wasn't part of the
even on commentary, he was like, as much as I hate Danielson, I don't want to see him be murdered. It
was weird watching a wrestling show without commentary.
Yeah, right?
I don't know. And the spot you might have you probably sort of, but like Moxley tries to slap Nigel at one point. He goes after Nigel. He tries to go after Nigel, which sort of makes him sort of. Yeah, I think that kind of alters his opinion a bit as well, like because he, but so, like, I don't know. I guess they're also giving a renewed push to Orange Cassidy because we didn't actually talk about that, but like at one point, like Jerry Lynn comes up to Orange Cassidy, it's like, hey, you're really good.
It was weird.
Well, that was odd. We even said it on the stream. It was like, you're the man, but you could be more of the man. I'm like, he had like the longest title reign in like AEW history. What are you talking about? Like, he was pretty good. Right? Yeah, he was having really good matches. Like, I feel like he's been pushed pretty well,
Yeah, he held the international championship for 326 days.
Yeah, for like a year.
Every year.
Yeah.
Essentially a day every. It's like,
he was defending it like every pay-per-view. Yeah. He defended it like 37 times, something like that. Yeah, I was like, I feel like they pushed him pretty good. He was fine.
I guess they're trying to say, "Hey, we're going to push you to the world title," but I don't know if he's that character for a world title. We'll see.
Yeah.
I can see Darby more than Orange.
Yeah, I think the way they're building it, I think Darby might be the one to take the title off Moxley. I don't know how soon that's going to be. If Mox is just a transitional champion, it was like, hey Danielson, we know you're going to retire soon, so let's give you this one last title reign, and then we got to put it on somebody to give it to the next guy.
I feel
Why we couldn't just have Darby Allin and Bryan Danielson, in Tacoma. Darby, they're both from the state. It would have been fine. I think the crowd would have been into it. Maybe split. I don't know. It would have been a fun atmosphere either way. But what we did get, match wise, fine. Ending, meh.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever they're in a creative writer's block, they just go, Moxley, champion.
Yeah.
I feel like without the attempted murder, it could be more interesting. But like that just it takes me out of it because like.
Well, yeah, I don't understand. Like I get. Yeah, I mean, that one time, but you could have just left him bloody in the ring, and that would have been just as effective. I feel like,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, do the move, like we've been talking about, do the moves to him, make him pass out, bloody him up a little bit. Like, do what you have to do. That's fine. We've seen that a million times in wrestling. The gang, the group beat down. But yeah, like the bag thing just seems like unnecessary. I don't know. Like, I think you get the same idea over without that.
Yeah, the thing is, like, he's trying to be like he's said this in interviews. He's trying to like he watched the Australian movie with Russell Crowe, Romper Stomper, recently, and he really likes it. But the problem is that, and then Russell Crowe used plastic bags there. But the problem is, like, you can't replicate that in wrestling because also, like in that movie, Russell Crowe's a neo-Nazi, and so and then if there's more violent, you can get away with stuff because it's a movie. I don't feel like you can just go around putting plastic bags on me. In wrestling.
Yeah.
But no, overall it was a for me, it was a really great show. Again, first time at a live wrestling event, and I absolutely loved it. I think start to finish, I had a great time. I don't think there was a dull moment. So we'll go around real quick. Hopefully JPO's back soon. Richie, out of 10, what would you give 2024?
Yeah, I thought the matches, by all accounts, were pretty good. Like the worst, probably the only sort of dull match I thought was like Perry and Shibata, and that wasn't even that bad. So yeah, I think maybe the story, maybe the actual booking storyline wise puts it down a peg, but when you have like a match of the year contender and a really, really good match to, not long after that, I can't really, put it down too, can't give it like too low of a grade. So I'll give it 8, I think.
Pez?
Yeah, I'm in that like strong, like 7.5 kind of category, maybe almost an 8, but maybe not quite, just because I thought if the show had ended on a little higher note, it would have been a little bit better. But yeah, when you have a really good match of the year candidate, that stands out, that's always great to keep it memorable. And yeah, everything else was there was a lot of fun matches on here. I thought Darby and Brody was fun. The hologram Beast Mortos was fun. Moxley Danielson was good, again, up until the kind of downer ending. There was a lot of like good stuff on the show, like good solid stuff. Yeah, not really like a dud. If your worst match is Perry and Shibata, like that's not that bad, and even that was like probably a 2.5 star match. Like it's not like it was a dud. So yeah, I mean, still they delivered in the ring, as they usually do, even on one of these, lesser kind of pay-per-views, I guess.
Yeah, I might be a little biased. I think being there live might sway me a little higher than you guys because I loved the atmosphere again. The section that I was in, it was just really cool. It was a really fun atmosphere, and most of the chants like they were started from my section. So it was a really fun time. I'm going 9 out of 10 just for the live experience. Finally getting to see Danielson live. I mean, that guy, he's a top 5 for me.
Well, and you get to sing a song live. That's fun. Do the final countdown live.
That's cool.
Fun.
That part was cool. Fun. The Ospreay match, like again, seeing the match of the year contender live was really dope. The pre-show, not a dud there either. So I think we had a really solid pre-show. I think the worst moment of the show was Tony Khan trying to get a chant, and you know what? It still created a funny moment, so can't be too terrible. Yeah, I'm gonna go 9 out of 10 just for the live experience.
And of course, the
JPO.
best moment of the night, you got to see Rico live. What a lucky
Yeah, Rico.
You
You know?
do are so
So
good.
good to me.
But JPO, what would you give Wrestle Dream?
I got to credit Rich. It's you look so good to me.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, looks.
Actually,
You are so good to me is such a different song. That's just,
Mhm.
you are so good to me. Thank you. Uh, yeah, better ending, and maybe like if a tag title or a TNT title had been better. This is an easy 8.5. I'll go 7.5 because there's qualms booking wise, and some of the title matches didn't, live up to what I had hoped for.
all right. So yeah, no, that was Wrestle Dream. I'm sure they'll do it again next year, probably in the state of Washington again. The last two have been. Seems like an odd place to have a show that's in tribute to Antonio Inoki. To do it in the state of Washington. I don't know if there's a connection. Maybe we have to look into that.
Yeah.
Are you going to go next year?
If it's in the state of Washington, yes, I am.
Mhm.
Well, most likely, tickets were reasonably priced.
At least if they do it in Japan, they'll know who it. They'll be more familiar with Inoki and might chat along to a fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if in the next year they might try to branch out to more, foreign, and international places. But we have a draft to do.
Mhm.
Thankfully, we're only doing what 15 spots.
We're just
So-
going to do 15 spots,
well,
because there might be a little less of a pool to choose from. But I've got this ready to go, so we'll have to do our draft order real quick. So let's get this done real quick, and we'll see at least what the order is. I'll hit the shuffle button a couple of times. Get this going here. Do the snake draft as usual. Hey,
Wow.
Richie. All right. There you go. You lucked out this time. There you go. All right. What do you want, Richie?
I'll go first.
First. All right. So Richie up first. All right. Yeah, it's usually that 1 or 4. So who gets to be number 4? Let's see.
Can't believe you chose first, and all you're gonna do is draft Stardust.
All right. Jacob, what you got?
I'll go last.
Last. All right. Of course. All right. Sounds good. Let me write that down here, Jacob. All right. And just me and Jacob. All right. Well, I guess I'll go second, and then JP will go third. All right.
I'll take third.
Okay. Sounds good, sir. Excellent. All right. Okay. So let me put them in the order that we've got here. Just a second. Write it all down. So we go with tracking. So Richie will be first. I'll be second. JP third. Jacob fourth. So just to recap what we're doing here, it's like the description is. So basically, any wrestlers that wore a mask as part of their gimmick, not just down to the ring, take it off before they jump in the ring, nothing like that. And face paint needs to be at least most of the face. I'll say that, if you wear like the football just under the eyes, like that doesn't really count.
Not Mojo Rawley or anything.
Yeah, nothing like that. So, it needs to be at least a good chunk of their face. It doesn't have to be the full thing, but at least a good chunk. Put some effort into that face paint, and we'll count that. We're just going to do 15 apiece because, I've got a rough draft of about 70 or so, but we'll just do a 15 apiece so we're not pushing up against it totally. We'll go through this pretty quickly, and we'll get it going. Richie, number 1.
All right, cool. I'm glad I got to pick this one. I'm going to go for face paint. I'm going to go Sting, and that specifically just Crow Sting, not Wolfpack Sting. Yeah, the normal Crow Sting. Yeah.
All right. Well, we knew he'd be a solid pick to start out with. All right. So going to me, and I'll take maybe the greatest. He'd go early. Greatest mass wrestler ever, Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. JPO, you're number 1.
Okay, well, my number 1 would be Sting. My number 2 would be Rey Mysterio.
So
in that case, I will go. Give me Mankind.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man.
Yep. He's a good, solid first pick.
I wanted him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now I have to settle for my my first would have been Sting. My second would have been Ray.
Right? Yeah, we kind of figured that.
My third would have been Mankind. But my fourth would have been Kane.
Yeah, he's a good pick. Yeah, he's a good consolidated pick. So there you go. Yep, Kane. Okay. All right, and we snake it back to you, Jacob. So you're number 2.
Yes. Give me Vader.
Oh man, I would have picked Vader. I love Vader. All right. Okay, Vader's a solid pick. So two big, mean, scary guys, Jacob. So that's a good one. All right, we are back to JPO number 2.
Oh, cool. Okay. Hopefully this says. I'm weird. I'm gonna go Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Especially TNA Jeff Hardy for sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he's not even WWE like in several spots.
For sure. Yeah.
Not someone I thought of right away until I was doing research.
Oh yeah, no, he counts. All right, so we are back to me. Let me look over my list real quick. Yeah, I'll go Undertaker when he wore the white mask for a while. It counts.
Guess this counts too. It's half. I mean, you can argue if it doesn't, it's half his face. I'll go Darby Allin.
Yeah, I'll count him. Yeah, he puts effort into it, so it counts.
Yeah,
and it's your idea, Richie. You make the rules.
That's why I was like, I saw the Undertaker thing. I was like, he wore it for a while. I think it counts, and it covered most of his face.
I do want to let you know, Richie, you can draft Mojo Rawley because he had that weird blue lightning shit for a little while.
Oh yeah,
so I don't want to make you think you can't have Mojo Rawley.
Yeah. All right.
In that case, I'm gonna also no, not gonna Mojo Rawley, but another guy. But I'm gonna I could go either way with this person. But he technically wore. Okay, no, actually not gonna because I don't know if it counts as a mask. I'll tell you you'll see what I'm gonna land.
You can try it. I mean, we'll
shoot
it
a
if
shot.
It doesn't.
We'll shoot it down and go somewhere else.
Dashing Cody Rhodes.
I mean, it's like Taker. I mean, if you're gonna count Taker, I guess you can count Cody. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean he wrestled in it quite a bit, right?
The nose guard thing.
Yeah.
I mean, why don't you just take Stardust? It's the same person.
Cody Rhodes is better than Stardust.
Okay. All right. Same guy. All right. Dash and Cody, that's fine.
Now, this is a legit question. Stardust on the table or no? One same human, different character rule. What are we doing? Legit question.
I think we're doing same human, so I think he's gone.
All right, that's fine. Just want to make sure. There's a couple of those on here.
Yeah, right. I think everyone's same human.
Good clarification.
All right, so yeah, back to me. I will take CM Punk under the black mask.
That was my next pick.
Yeah.
So
I thought of those, but I don't know. They're so quick. Like, I didn't really think too much of those.
Yeah, he technically he wore it on the indie scene in Chikara a couple times too. The SNES mask, so it counts. All right.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
He wore the mask on the indie scene for a while.
No, he didn't. You show me any proof of this. What are you talking about?
Well, I'll find the images of it.
Nah. And if I'm wrong, oopsies. Give me Jushin Thunder Liger.
Son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Oopsies.
Well, give me Demon Finn.
Mm-hmm.
And give me the Fiend.
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah. Fiend.
Give me Gold Dust.
That's at an indie show.
Okay, hold on. Put it back up. This is where I'm going to debate you. Okay, he did one random spot after he was released for an Ace Steel company. It wasn't announced. It wasn't advertised. He didn't wrestle under it either. He did a shitty GTS. It did not happen at Chikara, first of all. Happened at an Ace Steel show once. So we're both kind of right.
And I've got another picture coming up soon that I'll
please show me.
One. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I will say oopsie to this one.
I'm getting there. Some of these are wrong format, so I can't download them. So
I don't see what that
really
happens.
tricky.
Folks,
AVIF files don't.
I don't
StreamYard
want
doesn't like
those
those.
damn WebPG files.
Yeah.
I realized, wasn't I supposed to have was I supposed to have 2 picks before? Oh, I forgot. Like,
Yeah,
You did.
Yeah, you did Darby and
You don't get 2 to start with, though.
oh yeah, they did. Oh yeah.
You
Jesus,
take Sting
Christ.
first, and then it goes next, and then it doesn't snake. You don't get the 2 till it snakes back around.
Oh
So,
yeah.
Yeah, so it's on JPO now because
You picked
Jacob
Gold
just
Goldust.
yeah, he took Gold Dust. Okay, so Gold Dust. All right, I gotta fill in my thing again. Hang on, I gotta mark off Gold Dust. Fuck me. Let's see. Give me Ultima Dragon. Mhm.
All right.
now hold on before you pick Richie. I don't know if we clarified this before or not. Are we drafting tag teams, or are we just drafting singles?
Just
You can
do-
draft tag team. I think you can draft a tag team if they
You
both
can
do
draft
their
tag
stuff.
teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me El Generico.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what he's
I
up
should
to
have done that
nowadays.
sooner.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, guys, hold on. We gotta tell Jacob. There's an orphanage in Tijuana, and he saved all the orphanages. But when we went back in for the cat, the fire collapsed, and El Generico was a goddamn hero. I'm sorry to tell you like this. I'm sorry to tell you like that. Let's get the show going. Good job, Richie.
I do love that Sami Zayn's doing a nice tribute to him.
Yeah.
And give me Psychosis.
Okay. All right.
It's a little early.
All right. Generico and Psychosis. All right, those are good picks. Okay. All right. My next one, give me Pegasus Kid, Chris Benoit.
Might want to draft any murderers so you can have them. I'm gonna go Hawk and Animal.
I always draft them. I have no shame.
No, we had Moxie didn't wrestle under us, did he? Oh, wait.
Who'd you take, JP? I'm sorry.
Hawk and Animal, Legion of Doom, Road Warriors.
Oh yeah, Road Warriors sounds good. All right, yeah, you can take both those guys. Fuck on it.
Well, that's why I was asking, because they were going to be my next pick.
Yep.
And-
Double checking, Jacob.
And I don't know if we were going to make cards out of these, but I was going to pair them up with the Lucha Bros,
Yes.
and Pentagon and Rey Phoenix.
Yes. All right.
Oh, and now I have to think of somebody else to pick.
Yeah, say Lucha Bros and who else? Yeah.
Hurricane.
You know what?
Oh shit! It's still Jacob.
You still take it.
Oh, fuck.
God.
Nothing.
Give me Hurricane and Rosie.
Oh fuck you.
Okay. Superheroes and
Whatever.
training. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you can do Hurricane Rosie.
I was looking down. I would have gotten to the Hurricane eventually on my list. So I would have. You just helped me trigger that, or quicker. Because I can't think of another tag team off the top of my head.
I can. Demolition, Action Smash.
Nah.
Here come the
That'd be a solid match. Demolition and Road Warriors. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Mark them off my list here. Okay, here we go.
You did that on purpose, JPO. You wanted Demolition, and you didn't want me to think of them.
I would have rested. I still would have taken Hurricane next.
Oh yeah, I gotta take out the Fiend as well. Okay. Yeah. Give me well, where is it? Oh, give me Black Tiger, Eddie Guerrero.
Cool.
I'm going to my Super J Cup where everybody wrestled under a mask. Black Tiger wrestled Pegasus Kid a lot.
Now, same human rule, same character rule. Can I have a different Black Tiger?
Well, yeah, there's other. But if somebody else uses a different person uses the gimmick, that's fine. I don't care about that. Yep.
All right.
All right, Richie.
I'm gonna look up something. But my first one will be Abyss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mother
Black one.
trucker.
Good job.
I wanted to pair him against Kane.
And
Oh.
Hang on. And which Tiger Mask was Kota Ibushi?
I don't know.
I would say.
I don't know there even was one.
I'll just say Kota Ibushi because he was wearing a mask as Tiger Mask.
Are we sure?
Kota
He
Ibushi
did.
wrestled under mask for a little while. Yeah.
And as Tiger Mask, he was in the cartoon.
Yeah. I'm gonna put Tiger Mask parentheses Kota Ibushi. Yeah. Okay. All right. Back to me. Give me the Great Muda. All right. JPO.
Nah, I did it 8 times, I guess. All right, that's enough. I was still looking at Bushi. All right, let's see. Fuck, he said Muda. I was thinking about Muda. Shit. All right. Give me Curry, man.
There you
I was thinking.
go. Yep. Uh-huh.
I don't want to lose out on him.
Yep. All right. Curry man. All right. Jacob is up next.
Going off the list that Pez sent me because I did not research because I thought this was next week.
I added a few extra ones on the end that I didn't send you. That was when I was doing some more research during the show. So I might have a few extra ones. Not a whole lot of like in-demand ones, but a few extra ones.
Well, I'm scrolling down and I see American Dragon and in parentheses Danielson. So that's who I'm taking.
Yeah, he actually wore a mask for a little while as American Dragon. Yeah, I have him on my list.
You guys are just picking stuff you've never even seen. Boo.
He did for a little while.
Same human.
I know, but like I'm picking stuff that I actually know, like, and have a heartfelt. You're like, this kind of counts, loophole.
Well, I did my research. I'm sorry you didn't. Stop.
No, I did it too. I'm being real and not fake. Is what I'm doing.
That's being real. I just did my homework.
I did too. I'm not gonna draft a dude that nobody here has even seen a match of. Go on.
You know just how to make things fun. I'm having a great time now. Maybe this is a recency bias. Give me the Beast Mortos.
Yeah.
Give me Holla. No, I'm just joking. Give me Kill Shot.
No, he did.
Which is Swerve in Lucha Underground. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody watched Lucha Underground. Look at you. You're a liar.
Yeah, nobody watched that.
No, I did. Him and Sam Callahan had good matches.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Crane.
No, I just forgot about him.
All right, so Kill Shot. All right, I'll go to give me the Blue Blazer, Owen Hart.
Fuck.
All right. Give me Hayabusa.
Yeah, I almost picked him. I love Hayabusa.
And so give me Puma, Ricochet.
Oh, yeah. Right. All right. Back to me. Give me Juventud Guerrera when he wore a mask in like ECW and shit like that. Yeah. Hoovy.
Yeah.
Hoovy. The juice.
I will take Delirious.
There you go. That's a good pick. Nice guy.
Yeah.
Oh, give me Suicide.
Which one?
Whoever.
You can have Gresham, Kazarian.
Wasn't TJ Perkins Suicide?
Oh, TJ Perkins. I'm sorry. I heard Puma earlier, which was also TJ Perkins. So, yeah, you can have him.
I'll take him.
There you You can
I
find my
think
interview with him
Ricochet,
on
honestly.
Pierce Wrestling.
Mhm.
Oh, back to no. So Jacob?
Yeah, it's
Still
still
Jacob. Yeah.
And then yeah, this might be this might be recency bias. Give me hologram.
Okay.
You're gonna have a 3 out of 5 falls match, aren't you?
Mhm. All right.
Give
Number
me,
10, JBO. All right.
give me Umaga.
Yeah, I count it.
Fuck me.
Mm-hmm. That's one I added at the end, Jacob, that I didn't have on the list. Sorry.
No, but just as a Umaga fan, you think
Yeah.
whatever. I'm fine.
Give me indie wrestler. I'm a big fan of. Give me Super Dragon.
Super Dragon.
Super Dragon.
Yeah. Just don't say it too many times. That's right. All right. All right. Back to you, Richie. 10, 11.
Yeah. Give me. Good question. I don't think. Give me Atlantis Jr. I like him. Give me Atlantis Jr.
Sure.
I saw him in one pre-show match. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
That's his senior. Come on, get his dad.
give me El Santo.
Yeah. Let's go old school. El Santo.
Baby.
Okay. Knock them off the list. El Santo and Atlantis Jr. All right. Oh yeah, he has been taken. Yeah, give me the Great Sasuke.
Cool.
Hmm?
One of my favorite masks, and I like the guy too. La Parka.
La Parka. Just don't put him in there with Goldberg. He might tear or something.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
That's twice, JPO.
Oh really? Oh man, I'm glad I did it then. I should have saved him for a little bit later. Not that I'm glad that I screwed you. Just I'm not like glad I got him because I almost waited longer.
Yeah.
I don't want to make JPO mad again. Go off on a tangent.
No, I swear I won't. I won't.
So give me people that I have seen wrestle. Give me Doink. I'll take Doink.
Okay.
The
I would
clown.
take Evil Doink. He was awesome.
Evil Doink's great.
Yeah. Take Evil
Matt Borg.
Doink.
There's a huge WWE did it too. It's all his first appearances each week. It building up and building up and building up. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And then I will take another one that's pretty good. Give me Dragon Lee.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mhm.
Former Ring of Honor World Champion. I think he's with AEW. I think he got hurt. Bandito.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been hurt for a while.
He's been out for a minute. Where'd he go? Yeah.
No, I think he got hurt. I don't know if he's still hurt or I don't know what. Yeah, but
Yeah, I haven't
definitely good while he was there.
Mm-hmm. Bandito. Okay. I'll take Mr. JL, Jerry Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take El Hijo del Fantasma, which is Santos Escobar.
Okay. Fantasia, what?
Phantasma. Yeah.
Phantasma, okay.
Oh wow, yeah, it's been shit. We had Bandito over a year, June of 2023.
Oh wow.
Yikes. Him
Okay.
and Takeshita actually too in his last match.
Yeah.
Oh, he's okay. That's kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And give me Mystico.
Mystico. All right.
Better than Sin Cara. Good choice.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Give you who?
Unless you're wrestling Chris Jericho in Mexico. No, not a very acclaimed match. All right. Give me. I'll take Mortis. Oh, Chris Canyon.
Ooh, better than Mortis.
Mortis.
And they just did release clips of his matches too on WWE, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, his like.
Even Austin Aries having a match.
Yeah, right. Right.
What are we at, by the way? This is what, 13?
Number 13. Yeah, final three. Final
three. Got to make some decisions here. Give me Vampiro.
Okay. Vampiro. Okay. All right, Jacob.
All right, now I'm just having fun. Give me Los Matadores.
Diego and Fernando. And you know what? Give him El Dorito. Give him the
Give
trio.
me El Torito.
Pretty sure it's known.
El Torito. Okay.
I met El Torito. It was nice.
Yeah.
That or I met a different midget in the El Torito mask. Still not sure.
The WLC match was a lot better than it had any right to be.
That match is
It's entertaining. It's maybe the match of the night. Hornswoggle will stand by that too. Hornswoggle's very proud of it, which he should be.
All right, JPO number 14, penultimate.
Oh, okay. Back to Mizzle. Has no one taken Ultimate Warrior?
No. No.
And guess what? I'm still not. Give me the Renegade from WCW.
Oh God, he's taking the Renegade.
Taking the Renegade.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
The WCW ripoff.
Yes. Okay. All right, number 14. Screw it. I'll take him, and I'll find a tag team to put him up against. I'll take the Insane Clown Posse.
No, you ruined my 15, you son of a bitch. You ruined my. I was gonna feed them to Umaga.
I might feed him to a different face painted wrestler tag team just for fun.
There you go.
So we'll get there in a minute, and we'll see. Literally, I'll tell you in just a minute.
You're fine. I just hate you because you ruined my plan.
Well, I hadn't taken any tag teams yet. Everybody else seems to have taken some, so I need to go and have at least one tag match. All right, Richie, your final two.
All right. Should pick him as one. I'll go Danhausen.
All right.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, no, I didn't think any guys probably because they're not on all the lists you look up. Shit.
Yeah.
I'll go tag team even though I wouldn't have him pair up against.
You can pair up some of your people into a tag team.
You do have Stephen Darby Allen.
Yeah.
Good, but I'll go. But I have to be specific at which two I'm taking though. I'll go Lucha House Party, and I'll go Lince Dorado and Grant Metalik.
All right. Party,
That's the other one I should have taken.
Grand Metalik, yeah. All right, cool. All right, yeah. I'm gonna feed ICP to the powers of pain, the Warlord and the Barbarian. Boy, I'm gonna feed them, and they're gonna beat the shit out of them. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah.
What were they called?
The powers of pain, Warlord and Barbarian. Yeah, they both wore like a shitload of face paint. They just beat the hell out of everybody. So yeah.
I will take as my final one, Fantasio.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob, your final one, and then we'll run off. Some of the other ones from my draft. I set you, some of the other highlights or lowlights. We'll get there.
Give me. Give me Shark Boy.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, Shark Boy. And there we go. That'll do it for tonight. for that. I have kind of the master list. I did probably the most research. So if anybody else has honorable mentions before me, and then I'll knock off any of the ones y'all don't mention.
Yeah, I'll throw out a few. I only have a few here left.
Yeah. Go ahead, JB.
As I said, yeah, no one grabbed multiple world champion, Ultimate Warrior. Papa Shango was a pretty cool one. I thought no one said.
Yep.
Shockmaster. I don't know if he counts. Did he wrestle in the mask? But
no, because they retooled the
promo.
gimmick and he came out in just a construction outfit. So I don't think.
So I guess like maybe that's arguable, but yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No one crafted him. Kurt NXT Tag Champ Axiom's pretty dope. Commander from AEW, Killswitch or Luchasaurus was on the board. Hakushi, all over. Kamala, old school. Zodiac, one of Beefcake's alternate personalities. Abe Knuckleball Schwartz was also on the board. There's also I didn't write him down because I think I was going for mostly males, but there's some females we could have taken as well. Aja Kong.
Bull Nakano
was a really good pick.
Bull Nakano wore face paint for a while. She would kind of cover her face.
Yeah, she counts.
Nikki ASH.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nikki superhero. Yeah, absolutely. Mighty Molly then? Mighty Molly wear a mask? No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
Asuka? Does she wrestle with face paint on now?
Yeah, I think Asuka. Yeah, I have some people have Asuka on the list. So yeah, there's could have done some females too if we wanted to.
Sure. All right. Jacob's got the same list I have, so
Yeah.
So that's fine. Richie, anyone you can think of before I rattle off the super list.
The only other person I can think of, and that was only just because it was funny because it was tapping into Relic, Killer Backwards, which is Johnny the Doorstep Holy. TNA.
I guess do the War Raiders count? I guess maybe.
So, I think they
kinda, not really. I don't know. I guess that's debatable.
Just have the war paint.
Yeah. All right. Anybody over here the master list? I went deep. So here's the rest of the rough draft I had that I sent Jacob. So again, there's more like Lucha guys. So Blue Panther, who wrestled American Dragon or Master Brother Anderson recently. You can take him. Jigsaw, Hal the Wicked. Some of those Shikar guys. They even had a tag team, Damien 666. Masawa wrestled under a mask for a while. Tiger Mask 2. So that was kind of a deep cut. Some of those WCW guys, Blitzkrieg, Super Callow, Lizmark Jr., some of those guys.
Biano 1, 2, 3.
Biano 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, all those guys. You've got Mr. America, technically, Hulk Hogan. If you want to take Mr. America, Golga, aka John Tenta, under a mask with the oddities. Matt Classic, the Cole Cabana gimmick.
I was thinking about
should have.
Yeah. Technically, Jericho for a couple of Super Jacobs wrestled as Super Liger, so that was like a thing for a little bit. It was like an all-white Jushin Liger outfit. You could take current, former wrestler, current commentator Excalibur. He wrestled.
Yeah.
So could take Excalibur. Mr. Aguila, wrestled under a mask for a little while. Old, let's see, Rios. Yeah, Blue Demon Jr., old school Mexico guy. Again, I mentioned Blitzkrieg, some of those guys. Quang, Savio Vega is Quang. I went deep. I didn't know Jeff Cobb wrestled under a mask for a little while. Matanza Cueto.
Yeah, totally.
Lucha Underground.
Yeah, Lucha Underground. So there you go. Jeff Cobb as well. Much like Killshot. Dusty Rhodes wrestled as the Midnight Rider for a little while under a mask. The Patriot, who main evented with Bret Hart and had a little run for a little while. Scorpio Sky, early PWG, had a mask. You got Silver King, Rikishi as the Sultan, that would count. You got Super Delphin, Chris Hamrick, Confederate Currency, wrestled as Crimson Dragon for a little while. We got the Boogeyman, obviously, if you wanted to go there. Kalisto, and the original Tiger Mask, that guy. So there you go. That's all the ones I kind of went through. So plenty, enough to choose from, but we didn't want to go too deep into where we start running out of stuff. But there you go.
You know what I just thought of? I think the Usos in their early.
Yeah, because I was looking at Viking Raiders. Unless you were being super picky, they count. They're almost always wearing, several lines of makeup. And Usos, for that first run, was doing the half face of a couple different colors. So Usos would count technically.
Yeah, sure. But there we go. Unique little draft topic there. So Always fun to kind of do some different ones and get some different people drafted that don't usually get drafted. So, all right. Do we want to run down the list real quick, or we just want to wrap it up? What do you think? I can run them down.
Do a quick rundown.
Yeah, so Richie had Sting, Darby Allin, Dashing Cody Rhodes, El Generico, Psychosis, Abyss, Tiger Mask as Kota Ibushi, Hayabusa, Puma, aka Ricochet, Atlantis Jr., El Santo, El Hio Fantasmo. We got Mystico, Danhausen, and the Lucha House Party of Lindsay Dorado and Brendan Metalik. I had Rey Mysterio, Undertaker under the white mask, CM Punk under the mask, Ultimo Dragon, Pegasus Kid, Chris Benoit, Black Tiger, Eddie Guerrero, Great Muta, Blue Blazer, Owen Hart, Juventud Guerrera, Super Dragon, Great Sasuke, Mr. JL, Jerry Lynn, Mortis, aka Chris Canyon, the Insane Clown Posse, and the Powers of Pain, the Warlord and the Barbarian. JPO, you got them written down, or you need me to run them down for you? You got it.
I did not.
Okay, no, I'll run it down for you. So JPO drafted Mankind, Jeff Hardy, Jushin Thunder Liger, Gold Dust, the Road Warriors, Demolition, Curryman, Killshot, aka Swerve in Lucha Underground, Delirious, Umaga, La Parka, Bandito, Vampiro, the Renegade, not Ultimate Warrior, the Renegade, and Fantasio, the one match and done Fantasio. And then Jacob, I'm sure you got yours written down. You can run down what you got.
Yeah, so I drafted Kane, Vader, Demon Finn, the Fiend, the Lucha Bros, Pentagon, and Ray Phoenix, Hurricane, and Rosie, the American Dragon, even though JPO thinks I've never seen him wrestle in the mask.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
The Beast Mortos, Suicide, Hologram, Doink the Clown, Dragon Lee, Los Matadores, El Torito, and Shark Boy. You can best believe if we're making cards, El Torito and Shark Boy are opening my show.
Oh yeah, so if we need to, we can send everybody their picks if we need to. Jacob, you wrote them down as well, right? So if we want to make a little card, because we got a lighter show next week, it's just going to be my retro show, and then we can do those cards. That's fine because we don't have any pay-per-views, for another week or so, I believe, right? Yeah, because we got not next week, but the week after we'll be doing the predictions for Crown Jewel, but that'll be the week after. So
and the Los Conquistadors count.
Yeah, it's like which ones, the Hardys or Edge of Christian? I don't know. That storyline still confuses me to this day. I don't know who was who and when.
I'm pretty sure, I don't know. Christopher Daniels claims he was one of them at one point, like just under there.
Yeah, I don't know who was running around as those guys at one point because it didn't make any sense. The storyline was weird. But yeah, so Jacob will wrap it up. I guess I can reveal what we're doing next week for for my pick. We're gonna go retro as I usually do. I'll give you guys a good show and a good show I have fond memories of, being kind of a unique show, having some fun matches on it. We'll go with back to WWE for their October staple for a little while, No Mercy, and we'll go with my time that I was a big fan of, No Mercy 2001. Has some fun matches on it, fun kind of underrated show. And just the highlights, I won't tell you the results, but just some of the bigger matches. You have Edge versus Christian in a ladder match when they were having their feud. I got The Rock and Chris Jericho for the WCW title, and the main event, a triple threat match: Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kurt Angle versus Rob Van Dam. So kind of interesting three-way there that I think is just always kind of stuck out to me. Got some other interesting tag matches and other things. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of Invasion era, but I have a soft spot for it. It's kind of when I really started watching wrestling. And I had this one on DVD for a long time. I remember watching it a lot. So let's put it in the rotation, see if it holds up. So, yeah, let's see if it holds up. No Mercy 2001, just a breezy show. I know it's a good show overall, so I'm not punishing you guys with another bad show. We'll watch a good show, and we'll just yap about it. Yeah, we'll do those cards and just kind of have a breezy show next week. So, yeah, that's what I got.
All right, so that's what's happening next week. But between now and then, Richie, where can people find you?
Unfortunately, I go to the dentist after this, so I'm not looking fucking forward to that.
We're not going to do that.
If you want to give me,
dentist.
If you want to hold my hand, you know me. I prefer if you know me. I don't want to just if anyone random is in the area and listen to this, anyway. But yeah, you can find me. Me and Pez just recorded. We did Wheeler movies. And that was It was a lot of fun. We did a Hook. Yeah.
Don't go see Corbin Burnson.
We talked about Hook.
Oh, I'm gonna pull it out too, Jacob. I got it. It's right here.
Yeah, it's
Here it is.
somewhere around here.
The
But
dead, I got it right here, Jacob. The Dentist.
Yep.
I want to
Oh,
do the
geez.
restaurant collection. Yeah, that's fairly recent.
Fuck you guys. Anyway, top three. I hate you. And top three. So, you can catch me and Pez talk about Hook with Ross Bristow. We're probably gonna do a Wheel of Movies next week as well. Grease with Malcolm Blake, that episode. And other than that, you can find me on Tournament Fights. My God,
Dentist too. Brace yourself.
I get it.
I get it.
Tournament Fights, T-Rank sometimes. I'll be on Jordan's whatever he's calling his
Best to worst thing that I still don't know what it is. That he asked me for suggestions for what to do on the show, and he just went with his own thing anyways, like he usually does. I don't know why he asked me when he just did what he was going to do anyways.
I don't know what it is, but look, it's a bad plug, Jordan. I'm sorry, but look, I'm sure I will. So
we'll talk off air about that.
And but all good. And then on JPOC, sometimes you can hear me on a long time first time. I snuck on there just before I came on here. And other trivia spaces. So so that's it for me.
All right, JP, where can the people find you?
We could have also drafted former X Division champion Tigger Uno, Karrion Kross as the White Rabbit, Wendy Chu, Rosemary, Drago, Ray Oris, King Cuerno. So many decisions.
Uncle Howdy.
Manic.
Uncle Howdy. Bibble Babble. You can draft my character that I did once at an indie show called the Lunchador, which is an out of shape, like senior luchador. So,
if we're gonna draft you after only one match in a match, you can't be upset about CM Punk anymore.
Yeah.
Shut up. My opponent was proven that never happened in Chicago. CP Monk, though, we could have drafted CP Monk, which was a chipmunk outfit that someone wrestled in under one time. That was a straight edge chipmunk. That's a real thing. The Pierce Co. Is where a lot of movie trivia, countdowns, other shenanigans happen. Monday we're doing horror clips. That's going to be a lot of fun. Over at Pierce Wrestling. Someday we'll do the finals. Maybe me and Pez won. I don't know. We'll never know.
I don't think it'll whatever. I don't know. I guess we just win by forfeit. I guess I don't know.
Multiplayer. I'll mention. Maybe I'll mention.
Can that guy just come over to my house? He's in my neck of the woods on National Guard, and then he can just sit right next to me, and we'll just hold our boards.
There you go.
This way, I got an extra board. I'll give him. And we'll just sit like this and not show each other things. You can go to us. Tell him to come over to my house. He said
he's showing you mine if you'll show me yours.
He said he was getting sent off to North Carolina, right? He can just come over to my house. That's fine. I'll get him one.
That sounds lovely. So, catch me on this channel next Thursday when we're watching No Mercy.
Can I come to your house, Jake? Man?
Yeah, you're invited. All of you are invited. I don't. We got to.
I'll take a while.
I don't have any chairs.
I'll take a while, but
I'll take your time.
Yeah. I'll sit on your bed. I'll be the big spoon. Is that all right? Let me be big spoon.
Hey, baby. It doesn't matter. You can always be big or little. Doesn't matter the size. Mm-hmm. Well, this is weird. We should end this episode.
Anyway,
where can people find you?
Movie Hero Network. All right, let's get off. Let's get out of here.
I'll be on that weird Sandler thing that I'm afraid is going to go 4 hours.
Yeah, he claims it's going to go super fast, like 50 seconds a pop, and I know I'm going to look at the stream. It's going to be a 3.5 hour stream, and he'll start 3 hours late, and I'll go, "What the hell happened, dude?" I'm like,
okay,
yeah.
I'm saying it now, and I'll say it to him too. At the 3 hour mark, here's my litter box. Do what you want with my list.
Yeah,
Bye.
Yeah, I'm leaving it.
Yeah, right.
All right, and I'll be back next week. So, for Richie, Pez, for JPO. I'm Jacob. We're the Lonely Marks. Thanks for watching. See ya.
Bye.